Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for a lovely Thursday afternoon, April 7th. April 7th is a good day, Nick Scarpino. I want to give a big shout out. Happy birthday to my dude, Kelly, out there. Kelly, I know you don't watch this content. I'm going to give you a shout out today because it's your birthday. And you know what? I thought about him. Nick, how you feeling today?
Happy birthday to Kelly. I know you
Kelly?
don't I know you don't watch this content, so you'll never see this happy birthday. But happy birthday to Kelly. Kelly's the homie, man. I can't. It's been a while since I've seen Kelly, or maybe
Uh,
never having met Kelly. I'm doing well, Mike. I'm
yeah.
excited to finally get back to the morning show. We had to mix it up a little bit this week. And I haven't felt right. I just haven't felt right until right now.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right, Nick, because I liked the Monday morning show because it gave us a chance, like, hey, let's start the week off nice and slow. Let's keep it easy. Now Greg is like, yo, it's WrestleMania on a Monday. And I'm like, oh, Greg, people enjoy their weekends. They want to start off the week nice and slow. No, we've decided to now start the week off with a gigantic bang. Of course, if you don't know, KFW, the official Kind of Funny Wrestling universe, has now begun each and every Monday during our Twitch stream. So you can go check that out right now. YouTube.com/Kind of Funny Plays is the first episode of KFW. And Nick, I don't know if you watched it, but it was incredible. It was
No,
very, very good.
I did not watch it, but I've heard tale of this, and I'm excited to shake things up. And wrestling and Mondays go together, right? Monday Night
Yep.
Raw,
Yep. Oh,
Monday
okay.
night, let's
Okay.
get a pizza.
Yep.
Monday night, Funday night. It's super great. Wednesday wrestling probably rolls off the tongue a little bit more. Could have probably just done that, but Mon- Monday Monday makes sense, right? Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, we came out of the clip having fun. Wednesday wrestling could have been great, but let's mix this up. Let's mix this
No,
up.
I like it. So it's well worth the check out. You got Blessing taking on Shirtless Spider Man, which was an incredible matchup to see. You see the big tag team matchup between KFAF crew versus Tim Geddes and the Milk Mommy, who like to cancel all shows. And then, of course, it's the grudge match between me and Gruesome Greggy. So please go check that out. Go have some fun. Let us know if you enjoyed that. But Nick, it is Thursday and we're like through the week. So normally I ask you how your weekend was, but like, yo, how's your week been?
Week has been good, man. A lot of good
Yeah.
content, a lot of good content still to look forward to. We're going to be doing Jurassic Park in review later today, kicking it
Go.
off with the original 1994 classic that aged like a fine wine. Just beautiful movie still. Soundtrack's banging. My favorite part of it, though, and I know this is going to come as a huge shock to everyone out there, is that there is not one single sequence that Samuel L. Jackson is in that he's not smoking a fucking dart, man. He is just smoking like a Marlboro 100, just a big fat fucking red cigarette. It's so incredibly anachronistic. It's that time is just so it was beautiful back then, Mike. That's when you could smoke in restaurants.
Smoking at the local McDonald's. I mean, Nick, it's a stressful time. You know what I mean? You got dinosaurs in the park.
Hmm.
Then the park goes wild. Of course, he needs to smoke to relax. He's got to
Yeah.
take the edge off somehow. You know
Well,
what
it's
I
funny
mean?
because it's like I'll say this: they were way ahead of their time back in the day
Hmm.
because the idea of like two people running an entire park from just like two little setups was very. I was like, that's never gonna happen. Flash forward, we have Kevin running all of our infrastructure from his like spare bedroom in his house. So it was pretty cool. But then you look at it, you're like, how could two people run an entire amusement park full of fucking massive dinosaurs? Like this, maybe they needed a couple more people in this control room. I'm just saying. I'm
They
just
had
saying.
they had a bigger crew, right? Just the control room.
Everybody just ran for their
I think
lives.
that was the security room, right?
I think that was no, that was the room that like controls the entire park. Like all the systems route through that. Remember, because when they reset the systems, it's like everything is controlled through there. The tour,
Mm,
the fences, like all of the
mm.
electricity, all that stuff. And they make a note about it. I think honestly, if memory serves me correctly, they were up against some budgetary constraints because of how much the CG costs to do. And so I think he was
Mm.
like, "Oh, we'll just have a couple throwaway lines here." They have like one or two throwaway lines where he's like, "We're very like efficient. We only need like two people to run this whole park." Then they said, of course, there were a lot more people in the park, but the storm was coming, so people had to like leave. But when you start really breaking it down, you only see like five people working in Jurassic Park. There's there's the hunter guy, right?
Yep, the
There's
badass.
Hammond, who doesn't even work, right? Hammond just goes around eating all the ice cream because it's thawing out.
He's so
Then
cool.
then you got Samuel L. Jackson's character. You got Nedry. Those are the two techs basically, and Samuel L. Jackson, of course, the cooler of the
Well,
two because again, he's smoking fucking heaters the entire time, just chilling.
they
And then
also
you
hadn't
got
opened yet, right?
yeah, they hadn't opened yet, but then you got the guy that's like, all I do is sort through Triceratops poop. That guy. And that guy, by the way,
That guy was cool.
just disappears. He's in half the movie. He drives
I always
Dr. Ellie Statler back, and I just assume he got eaten by a raptor, right?
No, I think he takes the earlier ferry out, right?
You think he got that last ferry out? You think
Yeah,
he got that?
he
You
got
think he
it.
wasn't
Hope
an
so.
idiot and crashed into the sign and couldn't figure out where he was going like Nedry?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel a little bit bad for Nedry in that movie?
No, it's his
Really?
fault, right?
Is that
But
Newman?
like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Newman.
Newman rock.
Do part of you just want Newman to get away with it though? Because part of me I was like, it's just
I'm
at least
glad he
like
got eaten alive by the one he was bullied.
Do you think it ate him, or do you think it just ate his face off?
It like acided your face and then
I
eats
think,
it.
yeah,
Dilophosaurus?
acid face, and then a bunch of other ones also had fun eating him.
Oh, no. Yeah, it would have been cool if he survived, Nick, because then he would have been in all the other Jurassic Parks. You know what I mean? Probably with the Barbasol can again. But like that one jabroni, he's in all the movies now, the bad guy. So it's just like, man, that would be cool if Newman survived.
Are you talking about
Wild.
BD Wong?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they fucked his character over. In this
Yeah.
one, he's just like this lovely little like
He's a cool
very nice scientist. And
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
one, he's
yeah.
like an evil super being. You're like, what are you doing?
what you wanted us to do. It's like, all right.
You're like, no, man, you just were making dinosaurs.
Well, Nick, since you segued into that, that's one of my news stories for today. Nick, I know you and Kevin absolutely adore the newest Jurassic Park saga, and I have some good news for you, Nick. It's going to be the longest one yet. 20 extra minutes,
No,
sitting at a whopping 2 hours and 26 minutes long.
we don't.
Jurassic
Every
World
movie that is in the
Dominion is
first one
coming
is
your way,
terrible.
baby.
It
I'm,
doesn't.
I'm pretty pumped up about that.
It just
How-
really doesn't
yeah.
need to be that long. It doesn't need to be that
At
long,
all.
guys.
Give me a good 90 minutes. You can even go with like 76 minutes.
Could we look up real
No.
quick? Can we look up the run times for the Fast and the Furious movies? Because I feel like those have gotten longer. But if those are consistently getting kind of like around the same time, like shorter,
But
that's
those are
what we should
fun.
do, everyone.
So
They
you
are
have-
fun. And you know why those are fun? Because
Yeah.
they're like, here, listen, it's about two things, family and cars, right? But they use the cars in a more interesting way. They sent fucking Tyrese and Ludacris to space in the last Fast and
Yeah, they
Furious.
did. Yeah, they did.
I guarantee in
Fuck those-
Dominion, we're just going to see some bigger dinosaurs, and Chris Pratt's going to have to run around like we're best. That's pretty
It's
much
gonna
it.
be dope, bro. See, I'm on the opposite side, Nick. I'm all about family dinos, okay, and putting those together, dino family. So I'm pumped up.
Real quick,
2.5 hours. I'm in for this.
I do have the run times.
Oh, yeah,
give me
lay
the
it
run-
on us,
Give me
lay
the
it on
average
us.
run times. Give me the run times from 1 and then give me 9.
One is an hour and 47 minutes. 9
time,
is 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, so they did
The
Okay,
longest
okay.
being 10 at 2 hours and
Okay, there you
29
go.
minutes. Yeah, but like they've earned it. You know, they're fun. They're nonstop action. These
Oh.
movies, ugh,
Oh
terrible.
my god, we get to get lost. Like, you know, one of my favorite ones is Jurassic Park 3 too. I love Jurassic Park 3 Lost
that
World.
checks
You know what I
out.
mean? It's
That
just like
checks out.
it's fun. It's got the dinos and any excuse to stay longer in the theater to see cool dino moments. I'm all for. So like to hear you two totally against 2.5 hours, it hurts my heart because like more dinos the better.
It's not that we're against the 2.5 hour mark. 2.5
Yeah, well,
hours
I mean-
is a perfectly fine run time for a movie if the movie's good.
Right.
For example, I started watching last night before I went to bed. Huge mistake, by the way. I just turned it on. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh my god, what a movie!
Okay.
And that movie it has to be at least 2.5 hours long. And it is worth every second. Every frame of that movie is worth it. It just draws you in and it's super compelling. It's beautiful. Contrast that to, we'll just even say the second Jurassic Park, where it's just shenanigans and nonsense, makes no sense. You actually get bored halfway through. It's unfortunate. Now I say that I haven't seen the second Jurassic Park in a couple years, so maybe
It's
I'll eat my
terrible,
words.
Nick. No, you're 100% right.
But this is the one where, if I remember correctly, where
wait, I'm sorry.
Julianne Moore.
The second one, not the.
The third one is where he goes back to the island to find the kid, and he gets conned out with William H
Dope.
Macy and
Yeah.
and
That
Tia
was
Leone.
dope.
Yeah, that one.
Number 2 is
I
not
actually,
as cool.
I think that one actually is better than number 2. Number 2 has a sequence where they're hanging off the cliff in one of those scientific vans for like 45 minutes trying to get out of it. And I'm like, what is happening in this movie?
Yeah, but the young daughter does do some dope
Oh,
gymnastics moves
She does
on
some
the bars
gymkata.
and then fucking bangs on that velociraptor. It's super dope. That's a super dope move.
Yeah.
It's a super dope move. Now, Nick, you talk about long run times and you said you watched Blade Runner last night. Nick, I'll tell you a movie that wasn't worth the 2+ hours. That's The Bubble. I watched that last night on my
Why
phone
did you
before
watch that
bed.
movie?
That looks terrible.
It's bad. And I usually don't say movies are bad because I'll just watch anything. This movie's bad, you two.
That's
It's
the
not
is that
even
Adam
funny.
McKay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
And
watch all of it?
Oh yeah, I watched all of it. And whew,
You know, you
it's
could have
bad.
stopped at any point.
Oh, I
Yeah.
should have. I should have, Kevin. There's multiple moments where you should stop where you are. And I'm like, no, I'll just keep going. Cause like I'm in bed doing nothing, and I'm watching on my phone and I'm looking for the joy, the fun. They got Pedro Pascal, right? I
Mhm.
think Keegan Michael Key is in it, right? And it's like, that's exciting. They got freaking Gamora as the lead of all this, right? And it's just not fun. Not fun.
I'll tell you
Not a
what.
good time. Not a
I'll
good
tell you what was fun for me last night though, Kevin. Was I
Mm,
was like, I fired up Blade Runner 2049 on Netflix.
so
And
good.
then I was like, wait a minute, I think it's still on HBO Max. And
Yeah.
sure as hell, it's back on HBO Max.
time. Ooh.
And I'm like, that's weird. I've never seen a movie that's actually streaming on two platforms at the same time. Usually the rights window precludes you from doing that. So I was like, I
Okay.
wonder who on my now granted I was on a computer screen, so it's streaming 1080. I don't even know if that movie streams 4K yet. But I looked up both the HBO Max stream and and I did the old IGN thing where you try to compare gameplay from like the
Oh, yeah,
PS5 to like
yeah.
the Xbox. And I gotta be honest, HBO Max has way higher streaming quality.
Oh yeah, way better.
Way higher.
Mm,
Yeah.
I did not
Well,
even know that,
unless
but like
Netflix
literally
is doing like a Dolby Vision, which I don't know if they have rights to Dolby Vision on that.
on HBO Max.
No, on you said Netflix, right? Was the other one?
Netflix had it, yeah.
And it
Netflix
was-
has Dolby Vision stuff though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
I
you're
don't
saying they
know-
have to have Dolby Vision rights on their platform for that movie.
I don't know how that all works 100%. That's interesting because
That's pretty cool. You should try it. You should queue it
well,
up and like
I-
see because you'll see a lot more banding in the darks on the Netflix. I mean, it's terrible compared to
what I ended up doing was I bought an Apple TV Plus or whatever the like Apple TV streaming service or streaming box, and that it's amazing. It's incredible. And then you have to figure out which app. There's we use Vudu for the movies that we own, but there's also another company called Movies Anywhere, and that has the highest bit rate. So all the like 4K stuff looks incredible there. So that's actually
I need to get one of those because and people are asking if I have 4K for Netflix. I do subscribe to 4K on Netflix, and I generally like it, but I don't. If for whatever reason the Dolby Vision just does not look good on my
Well,
TV.
are you hardwired in to whatever that is, or is that connected to
my
Wi-Fi?
TV is no,
Yeah.
my TV is has an Ethernet port from straight into my
Interesting.
gigabit.
Yeah.
No, I was watching this on my monitor, so my TV is totally different. These are just my
Oh, got it.
2K
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah,
I was watching
yeah.
1080p on my monitors because I don't have a thing that upscales it. But yeah, I got to get one of those Apple TVs because it's driving me nuts every time I cue
Dude,
anything up
so-
on Dolby Vision. It looks like it's fucking soap opera. It's terrible.
Timmy Buddy here in the chat is saying Fire Stick is better than Apple TV Plus. I've played with Fire Stick and it is great. The image quality is fantastic, but Apple TV Plus has like up-resed UI, and that doesn't sound like it's a big deal. But when you open
But it
up a
looks
menu
dope.
and everything is in 4K, not 1080,
That's-
it
yeah.
really makes a big difference.
That's how it looks on my TV when I use the actual Apple Plus app. It's fucking stunning. But and actually everything looks great. Everything looks great except for the 4K Dolby Vision on Netflix. It just looks terrible
That's
through,
weird,
through their
yeah.
TV app. I don't know why. I think
I
it's just
wonder
because it does a weird pull down on my TV for some reason, which it shouldn't do. I've got all
Yeah.
the settings so that it should be 1:1 and should be refreshing at 120. So it should be a 24 frames per second like refresh rate, like multiplier. But
Yeah.
for some reason, the Netflix Dolby Vision just looks like everything is just creamy and smooth, and it looks like I have True Motion on, and I don't have it on. It's so weird. And then I queue up like I just watched Amy Schumer's show on Hulu, and I think that streams in 4K, and it looks fine. Anything on Apple TV Plus in 4K, fine. HBO Max, I don't even know if
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm trying to figure that out right now, but it's driving me fucking nuts. Sorry, Mike, I hijacked the show.
Oh no, that was good. I like when you and Kevin talk about all that. I'd be watching shit on my phone, so I don't know the difference. You know what I mean?
Mike, how old's your
Netflix
phone?
good. Netflix. I got a dope little phone, bro. I got one of those iPhone 12 Maxes, bro. This
Oh,
thing's
yeah, okay.
legit, dude.
Okay, you're 4K.
This thing's pumping out 4K,
Mhm.
4K 120, I believe, right? That's what the cool kids got. Kevin, let's check in with you, my best friend of the day. Kevin, how are you today?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah? Good?
Yeah, pretty chill, busy week.
Okay. Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't got too much going on. I've moved into this new room. It's working so far. Pretty happy with it. I still have a lot of like setup to do with the room itself. It's kind of a bit of a disaster.
I want you to paint the room because you're sitting on the like one side.
Yeah.
Andy will appreciate this. I want you to paint the room like it's a really long hallway. So paint a little tiny door like right at the back, like smack dab in the middle of your back door.
It is a really long hallway.
But what I'm saying is like
Yeah.
paint it so it has more of a
Yeah.
perspective, and then the door make it like this big, so it looks like you're
I
in like
love
a
that.
30-foot long hallway. What do you think of that, Andy?
I love that, like an optical illusion sort of thing.
Like
I'm
have you
walking in
guys
the
ever
streets,
seen?
by the way. I'm in
I
the
was gonna
streets of
say,
San
Andy, tell us
Francisco.
about your urban hike right now. We can hear you out there.
I'm in the streets of San Francisco. Don't know how good the reception is out here. I'm in a pretty neighborhood area, so I guess I'm not like in the wilderness, but I haven't seen any animals yet. Just kind of, I went to CVS, pick up some medicine, pick a little prescription, a little script,
A little
little
scripty.
script. You ever hear them call them that?
Okay,
I
I
call them
like that.
scripts, yeah.
Yeah, little
Scripps Medical
scripty.
Center.
And I also happen to pick up a couple Mountain Dew Rise. It's a warm one, San Francisco gamers. It's a warm one.
So beautiful
Feels
in San
good,
Francisco
doesn't
right
it?
now. I had to stop off
So
and get
like I
myself
left left the AC running in my room. Really excited to get back.
Oh, it's gonna be nice.
I got a
That's
fan
gonna be
Yeah,
real
blowing at
nice.
me
yeah.
from underneath the desk. It feels so good.
I'm just not wearing any pants. Just completely
Oh,
naked from the
is it
waist
blowing
down.
up is it blowing up your leg sleeves?
No, it's like blowing into my armpit and on my face, and I love it. It feels so good. Summer vibes, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We
That's
should
pretty
all.
cool.
This is one of those days where it's so warm that we should all just stop working and go to a pool, and just be those guys.
I mean,
at
I'd
the pool.
100%. I fucking love pools. I love
We
pools
should be
so
the
much.
Mike and I will be those guys at the pool that just do not want to go into the sun. We'll just sit in the shade the entire time.
We get the umbrella with the nice chairs. You know what I mean? We relax.
So good.
Couple of lemonades.
I was
bro,
actually,
you know.
I was gonna say, Mike, like, because obviously audio
Parks.
equipment around water, not a great idea, right?
Or
Yeah, I mean, that's an opinion.
But I would like to be underneath a tree, like picnic style,
Okay.
doing the podcast, like underneath a tree. We're looking at some families and their golden retrievers.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Maybe the
looking at
painted
people flying
ladies.
kites.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh,
That cool
Who are
park.
the painted ladies?
Oh, the painted ladies. Those houses, bro. The
The
full
big
house
houses by.
We can go there.
Yeah.
What's the name of the park?
It's not Dolores. It's
No, yeah, it's the
Alamo.
other one.
I think Alamo.
Yeah,
Square
Alamo
or-
Square.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we can go out there, bro. Yeah, we can go kick it there.
Big tourist trap, right? I see a lot of ladies taking pictures in front of that on like
Yeah.
Bumble,
Yeah.
on the Bumble
Be
dating app.
very careful too. People steal, like they break into cars there all the time, so don't leave everything exposed. Mike, I forgot one thing that I was handling yesterday is I got my replacement phone, and let me fucking tell you, holy shit! I use an authenticator app, Google.
Okay.
And when your phone dies and you can't access that app, you have a huge problem where it's like, all right, cool.
Oh.
Everything's like, give me the authenticator app login. And it's like, I can't access it. I like there was a line down the middle of my screen that like made it so I couldn't use the number, like certain numbers in the number pad. So I couldn't open it up. And eventually the thumb, like if you don't open it up for like half a day, your thumbprint stops working. And also the thumbprint had a crack in it. So I was like,
this phone just got fucked up.
oh yeah, my phone got destroyed. It like looked terrible. It was a heartbreaker. But I had I don't know what, like when I bought the phone, I got the preferred care thing, so it only cost me $150 to replace it. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, setting all of that up and trying to go and change everything out was a hassle. I was up to legitimately 1:30 yesterday trying to like log into everything that I'm supposed to.
It broke my brain the first time I tried to log into something, and it was like, I need you to open up your YouTube app to authenticate this.
Oh yeah.
I
I've
like
had that.
that. I
before.
like that.
I like that.
It's
I like
pretty
that.
cool.
too.
It's pretty cool, but I was like, you want me to open up the video app where I watch video essays about movies to authenticate my Gmail address? And they're like, yep, that's what we want you to do. It's like when they're like, oh, you're late for a plane flight. I want you to come to this little tiny room and I'll write you through this thing. I'm like, this is not going to go the way I want it to go. I'm going to wind up in like fucking Bora Bora or something like that, serving food at a cool little bar, just being like, guys, I used to be in tech and now I'm not in tech anymore.
So Kevin, are you all settled in with your phone now?
Yes, I think that I think I'm all set for now. It's nice to have, a brand new phone. We'll see. I'm sure that I'm missing some apps that like I use once every like 6 months that like I'm gonna whenever I
Yes.
need to use it, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck.
That's how that
Yeah.
goes. Yep.
That's
Yeah,
always.
but
Is it bigger than Nick's phone?
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, it's
You know it's bigger than my phone, Andy.
Yeah, well,
Andy's
it's way
he makes
bigger.
fun of me because I have a tiny little small phone.
You got to upgrade, bro.
It's
You
so
got to get
small.
into the.
He
You got to get
likes
into the
it
new
though.
world,
He
bro.
can't help it. It's what he likes.
It's not even
Nick,
that I
I'm
like it.
proud of you.
I'm just not into phones. And the idea of upgrading every year, it just doesn't even occur to me. I know I should. I walk
Nick.
by the Apple store.
Well, you
people
don't
are like,
have
you
to.
should get
You
a-
don't
I
have
don't
to. If
do-
your
I
phone
don't do
isn't
that.
going slow, it's just last time you
Nick, but check
upgraded.
this out. Yeah, you don't have to upgrade every year, but maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years.
So you're saying 5 years with the same phone is too long? 5 too many is one too many years?
But you've
It
had
might
this
be,
phone for
yeah.
like 2 years, right?
No, I got this phone when it's a 10. I have an iPhone 10. I got it when it came out. So if you want Google, when did the iPhone 10 come out?
Okay.
He got it around when I joined KindaFunny.
This is the first phone that doesn't have a
Jesus.
home button. This is the first one from the iPhone series.
It's time, bro. It's
So
time.
think about
iPhone
that. So
10
it might be
release date
2017. People are saying.
2017, yeah.
So I've had it
That's
for
time.
almost 5 years. Now I
It
you know me,
works,
Kev.
though, right?
I like to get my money's worth on shit. It does
Yeah.
work. Since they stopped whatever that Apple shit was, where people are like, "Oh, it was a conspiracy theory," but I swear to God, since they stopped like throttling the battery, this phone just works. It never runs out of battery. It's not slow. None of the apps are slowed down on it. It's fine. Granted, they might be slow compared to the new phone, but how the hell am I gonna know? I don't have them
Yeah,
side by
he's
side.
not
I'm not
messing
A/B
with him.
testing.
He's not messing with him.
So what the heck do I care? I also just like the size of this because it fits right into my back pocket without hanging out too much, and I can sit on it.
That's
But look at
such
this.
a
Look at how
weird-
bad this is. Look at how
Like,
bad the edge of this phone is.
It's so small.
It's
Does it make
so-
you
it-
upset to know that they don't make a phone that small anymore?
No, because honestly, whenever I handle
think they actually
anyone
do.
else's phone, I'm like, oh, this is fucking nice. Like
Yeah.
Tim, the big one, it might be a little too big for me, but whatever the one that's like slightly bigger than this is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. More screen size. I've never been like, oh man, I need less screen on this. I just worry that sticking it in my back pocket, it's gonna snap off one of these days. But you get the screen
that's
protector,
so
whatever.
scary.
it
But
is.
you've had it for so many years.
Well, this one
you
I've
know?
dropped 1,000. I mean, it's these things. I mean, it works. The Gorilla Glass on this thing is like it's scratched to all hell, but it's still it's still good. I had it replaced one time. I might do it one more time just for shits and giggles.
But why?
I had the cool one.
I don't know.
Kevin, have you seen the
Could I
new
get
stuff?
like 3 free a year or something?
What
like
new
that?
stuff?
Well, I got my phone, and the guy was like, "Oh, for the screen protector now, instead of doing like the
Oh.
screen glass, I just like boop boop." He like drops
little
some
liquid,
like gel
yeah.
on there, and then he moves it, and then he like heats it up. Have you seen that? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I've never
Yeah.
tried it. Does it feel?
Okay.
Did you use it?
yeah,
Are you
I
using
have it on my phone right now.
Does it feel different at all?
No, not at all. It's actually, it feels great, and not seeing a piece of glass like awkwardly sit on that is pretty awesome to see. So I love it. I really like
See,
it.
I've never done the actual screen protector like my parents do, where they like get the one where it's so thick
Yeah.
you can barely see through it, and it doesn't really allow you to touch too easily. I don't actually do the screen protector. That's one of those weird things because I think the screens are so pretty just the way they are. I don't want anything between me and that image. But I do the back protector because I drop my phone all the time. All the time.
Why don't you just get a case?
That's what I have. Like it's the case.
Oh,
is what I
okay.
meant.
That's what
It's
you're
like
calling a
it's
back
like a leather.
protector?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Well, the protector for the back and the sides, which is the case, I guess. But I have this leather case on here, which I love, except when it gets wet, it puts shit everywhere. So if this gets wet and I sit it on a countertop, I'll peel it off the countertop, and there'll just be a nice little
that
blue
crown
circle or blue
Yeah.
rectangle on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I got to go back to the silicone ones, but the silicone ones always get too much dirt in them, so it looks like like the bottom of your car after like a couple weeks. Where you look down, you're like, ugh, why is there a Cheeto stuck in my phone case?
That's terrible.
Thank you, Charles Jacobson. Charles Jacobson, thank you for that answer. That is the correct answer. Okay, well that's great, Kevin. That you got a new phone. Is it the same phone or upgraded
Yeah,
version?
no.
of your
It's
phone?
it's there's no upgrade to my phone yet. It's the
Okay.
same one. Yeah.
And also, what happened to your phone? If you want to tell us,
Oh,
did you like whip it out a window or anything?
No,
happen?
no. When I was moving from my old space to my new office here, I grabbed a very large monitor. Nick, it's the monitor that you have, right? So it's like this ultra wide ones, and it's heavy. And on top of that, it had a very large metal stand on it, not stand, but like desk clamp thing. And that, like, as I was moving, maneuvering around, it like kind of slid, but I caught it, and then I heard something, and I was like, oh, did I drop my phone? And I looked, because I felt something too. I looked down, and everything was fine. Later, I pulled out my phone, and the screen was just like it just barely hit the screen and the side corner of the case, but
Hit
it
the right
was
spot.
the screen was so fucked. There was like a deep gouge in it too. So that was
so
unfortunate.
you couldn't replace the screen. You had to get the whole phone replaced.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the LED had cracked.
Oh,
So it was doing the thing where it's like now flickering as well.
Yeah, flickering,
But
yeah.
when I bought it, I've had so many issues with the last 2 phones that I had that I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get the insurance, and that paid off. Only
Smart.
$150
Like
to
that.
repair.
Like
yeah.
that.
Or to
Kevin-
replace it completely.
Keeping it on you. Have you been watching anything fun lately? Last time we talked about Twilight. What's the latest and greatest?
I mean, I'm still all about Severance. Its season finale is happening today.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
okay.
not today. Friday, this week. And I'm legitimately like, I can't wait. This week can't go long enough. Moon Knight's been
Ooh.
fun. This latest episode of Moon Knight was a little bit more calm than I wanted it to. So I'm hoping
Okay.
that it picks up a little bit more, and I think that next week's it will.
Severance is that show with Adam Scott, right? Where he doesn't
yeah.
know what he's doing. My brother's watching that. He told me to watch it. He was
Oh,
like,
It's-
it's weird and trippy.
It's very weird and trippy, but it's excellent. Like,
Mike, do you know the concept, Mike?
No, I like Adam Scott though. I like
So it's
Adam Scott.
apparently, and Kevin can explain it better, but apparently, from my layman's understanding of it, is when you go to work, like there's a thing in your brain that clicks off, so you don't know who you are outside of work, and you don't know who you are inside
Okay.
of work. So when you leave work, you don't know what the hell happened that
Yep.
day. You don't know what you do or what, and so you're just like
So it's
two
like top
completely different
secret.
people. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of a
that's
cool
crazy.
concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
but
No,
so
Kevin, I was
Go ahead.
talking to somebody at AH Live, and it was one of Wes Ellis's friends, and she was talking about how she was watching Severance. I said, "Oh, so is my coworker, and he's really digging it." But I secretly hold a grudge against him,
Mhm.
because he hasn't watched Devs, which I think he would
Andy,
love as
The
well.
other Alex
Andy,
Garland show.
no lie, I like maybe once every other week I like go into Hulu and I get right on the like devs button and I just wait there and I'm like, is today the day? And it just hasn't happened. I'm sorry, man.
How long is Severance? How long is Severance, and when does it end?
It's 8 episodes and it ends tomorrow.
Season 1 ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you watch Devs, I'll watch Severance, because
Excellent.
I was
I'm in.
talking to this young lady and she was like, "Oh, they are very, very similar. Like,
Yeah, I get similar vibes
they're
from
the
two.
same vibes. Like they
Yeah.
are both mindfuck shows,
I
which
mean,
I'm a big fan of."
I'll definitely try to make some time. I also really want to watch a show called Yellowstone that
Oh, you
Joey
should.
is raving
Oh,
about. She
okay.
says it's
I've seen it.
phenomenal.
It's
Yeah,
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's surprisingly good.
she
It's
said
like
that,
it's kind of like Secession, but in Montana with cowboys.
that's exactly how she described it, and she said that it was like the first episode was one of the best episodes of modern TV that she's seen, and I'm like, that's high praise from someone I respect.
Now they did a spin-off series to Yellowstone that I forget what it's called, but it's like it takes place like 100 years in the past or whatever. And Dee did not like that one. She was like, you're not gonna like this. But the actual, I've seen a few episodes of Yellowstone. I'm like, this is actually just a really, really well made show about a family. Mike, it's about a family of like that owns like a lot of property in like Montana, and they're like cowboys, but they're also like kind of gangster. Where if anyone tries to move in from like the outside and like tries to fuck with everyone, they're like, we're gonna fuck these guys up, like no, like legit. And it's Kevin Costner, and he's a badass. It's pretty cool.
I'm 2 episodes away from my True Detective 1 rewatch.
Oh, here you are.
Phenomenal
What does that mean?
show.
Hold on, what does
Still
that mean?
as
You're 2 episodes away?
He's
um
almost finished with the first season.
yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm through 6 episodes of it.
Who
Still
was
as
it- who's
phenomenal
your-
as ever.
Who hasn't
What's up,
seen
Kev?
True Detective here? Someone hasn't seen it, right?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I
Oh,
have.
Kev, you got to watch the first season. It's
Well,
so
so what
fucking-
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch the second season first.
Yeah, this is the experiment we've
It's
been
the
working on for
experiment.
5 years.
It's the experiment.
It's been in the works for 5 years. We're still kind of like working out the
It's-
kinks though.
But you know, it's tough to watch a drama because like you got to be in the right headspace for it.
I
You
think
know?
Paula would like it. It's very well
I
done.
think so too. But I've tried to get her to watch it, and like it's so much easier to be like, oh, let's watch some comedic stuff right now.
Did you guys watch The Outsider?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that kind of vibe, but without
Yeah.
the horror
Yeah.
aspect of it. So it's that really slow burn, tension filled, like fucking really
Great
good
dialogue.
Show. Great dialogue. The casting is so perfect with McConaughey and Harrelson, and they're kind of like just opposites of each other, kind of hate each other, but also kind of like each other. It's so fucking good.
It's incredible.
Like an odd
And
couple.
so I'm almost done with that. And I've been rewatching Better Call Saul, and holy shit, just what a good show. Just rewatching it. Season 5 was legitimately just added to Netflix. I got really confused and scared and excited because season 6, the final season's coming up. But I forgot what season number it was. And suddenly Netflix was like, just added season 5. I was like, what the fuck? Netflix is getting the whole season? And it's like, no, they added the penultimate season to Better Call Saul. And so I'm halfway through season 4, and then I'll watch season 5 again. And then season 6, April 18th. The finale, the final season to one of the best seasons, one of the best shows ever made. Again, for y'all who haven't given it a shot, people in chat who are like, "Oh, I love Breaking Bad. I didn't, maybe Better Call Saul just didn't work for me." Just let it work for you, man. It's gonna work for you. I promise you.
It's too long, too drawn
No,
out.
it's not. You
I've
you
tried
waste your
watching-
time watching so many dumb things.
I've tried watching Better Call Saul so
Nick,
many
you're
times. There was an
100%
episode
right.
on the
It's
other
so
night,
long.
and I was like, "Oh, I'll start watching this." And it was just they just were in that damn nail salon for like 45 minutes. I'm like, when's he gonna break bad? I just want to see someone break.
Is he Breaking
He
Bad?
does
Andy?
break bad.
He
You
never breaks bad. He gets up
you-
to the line of Breaking Bad. They're
Boring.
like, guess what's gonna happen?
all right? You
I'll
watched a
break bad next
7-hour
week.
Blade Runner movie the other night. All right.
So
Hey,
good.
it's a really good movie.
Literally,
It's a fucking
literally.
snooze fest, dude. No,
You
I
what-
like
you know
it.
what
I'm
happens?
just lashing out.
Yeah, you know what
He's
happens
like,
in
I know,
Blade
I
Runner?
know you.
I was
I know.
emotionally distraught there for a moment.
I'm not even kidding though, Andy. There's a solid 45 minutes of Blade Runner that is just Ryan Gosling staring at something, and it's fucking riveting to me.
Yeah, but that
I just want to
it's
do the
Mars,
supercut.
right?
I just want to do the supercut of Ryan Gosling just staring off into the distance. I would watch that for 45 minutes easily every day.
I guess it's not Mars, right? That takes place.
I
on
mean,
Earth.
It's on Earth,
Okay,
it's LA
yeah. But it's
because
red.
they're LAPD.
Matt Mamba
No,
asks,
the Vegas scene was red because
Yeah.
the Vegas scene. I think there was like a war that had happened or something
Yeah.
like something fucked up the.
I gotta watch that movie. I want to.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Matt
It's
Mamba
really cool.
asks, "What does the term break bad mean?" It means just like kind of giving up everything and going criminal. There's a sequence where, obviously, in the beginning of Breaking Bad, he's a teacher, chemistry teacher. He has cancer. He's like, I can't afford all this shit, the health insurance, blah blah blah. I'm gonna make meth, and then he obviously gets his little former student Jesse Pinkman, and Jesse's like, "What makes a former chem teacher just suddenly break bad?" And I was like, "They fucking said the thing."
Yeah.
It's
Breaking
funny 'cause-
Bad, bro.
That's one of those things that I'm like, did that term exist before the show? Was that a term that people used that I just never encountered before? Because I was like, Breaking Bad, that's such a cool name for a show. And then all of a sudden, I heard people start using that term in like real life. All that guy's like Breaking Bad. I'm like, I don't think you can do that. I think it's just the show.
They did it, bro. Yeah, they did it.
Mm.
They made it a term, and now I use it. Now it's just kind of like a
Oh.
colloquialism.
Do you
Oh,
use
now
it when
you
you're
just-
like, I'm on a diet, I'm gonna eat a salad today, and then you look at that volcano curry order,
I'm
you're
like, I'm gonna cook
"Fuck,
some
I'm gonna
meth."
break some bad. I'm break bad. I'm gonna cook some let's see. Yeah, Cinematic Maniac says
that.
yes, it was a term before the show. I've never heard that term before.
Yes,
I
my
just always-
microphone changed. Everybody, I'm back at home.
I'm not.
How's that
Sounds
AC?
better.
I'm working on. You can probably hear the AC. Sorry about that.
No, you can't.
I can't hear him.
Okay, I turned on noise suppression, so if I do laugh or make a weird noise, it will not get picked up by this because it doesn't recognize it as my voice. But
What are you
AC
using
is
for noise
fantastic.
suppression?
I'm just using the in thing, the fucking thing. Yeah, Kevin, I love NVIDIA Studio. I hate
Yeah.
I hate when it re-downloads and like takes over other things. It's so annoying to me.
Yeah, I
like
mean, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's
when I
great,
open up
but-
other apps and it's like NVIDIA, it's like, go away, bro. I don't need you right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm back. No, I'm not in Texas. I'm just back in my apartment.
Yes.
I will be camless because I will be working on some design stuff for KindaFunny while
Ooh.
talking with you lovely people in the chat. Let's see them give subs, baby, right? Come on.
Let's get some subs out. Let's fill up that bar. Go for the extra hour
Now,
today.
Snug Slacks
we're
asked the
nearly
very
at a
important
quarter.
question. Nick, do you watch any flat out garbage TV, like hot dummies on an island type stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
Hot
do.
bods.
I do because I think you have to. I think you have to have a couple like of those garbage shows in your repertoire. They're like junk food. You got to watch them occasionally. To be like, okay, I appreciate higher nutritional shows. I watch Below Deck Mediterranean, which is just a bunch of really good looking people on a super yacht, and they act like their lives are the hardest fucking things on the planet, and then they go drink and bang each other.
That's like their
And it's
crew, right? The
yeah, they're the
crew.
crew on the super yacht.
Okay.
They work
So
on
the
it. So it's
crew are super hot.
oh yeah, they cast like
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
good looking
Okay.
people.
And then they just bang below deck.
Were they
Well,
hot
usually-
the first season?
I don't know. I never watched the first season because the first season was, I believe, the show was called Below Deck, and then there's Below Deck Mediterranean. They're two different casts. They have two different shows.
Yes.
I came in maybe like 4 years ago, so if I don't think that was because they'll show shit from like season 1 or 2, and I'm like, I have no context for that. I didn't even know this person was on that show.
Wow, that you haven't like gone backwards just to
No,
because you're
the only
out
thing
of,
I've
you know.
the only thing I've gone backward and watched all of, at least all that are available in the States, is Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
I love that show. But we don't get, I don't think we have, because there's like 10 or 12 seasons of that show. We only have access to 4 or 5 of them. Because Mary Berry was only on one season that I saw, and then it turned to Rue. So
Yeah.
but I mean, those are kinds of shows that I think you need every once. You can't always be watching Breaking Bad, or else you're gonna have fucking nightmares all night.
Nick generally strays away from prequels too.
Yeah.
So like going backwards is just like if you start at season 5,
he
it's
knows
like
where they're gonna end
I
up.
know
if
how
you
that's-
watch seasons 1 through 4, like none of them are dead, so who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah. Or where are the stakes?
Honestly, that's why real talk. That's why Better Call Saul kind of lost me because I'm like, I kind of want to see him just get to that point a little earlier because I know where it's gonna go. And his arc in Breaking Bad was so fucking good.
You fucking think you know. You don't know a goddamn thing. Oh my god, there's characters where I'm like, you better not fucking kill this character, all right? You better not kill them. Fucking what? No, not Vince Gilligan. It's the other guy, Gold. I forget his other like showrunner, his partner in crime sort of guy. Also, chat. Can everybody tweeted Uber Eats and every other delivery app, DoorDash,
all of them.
All of them. Everybody tweeted them and say, why are spicy nugs not available in San Francisco on the app?
Let me see if I can get spicy nugs. I'm
getting tweets everywhere from all these people. Andy, spicy nugs are back, and they are still not popping up in these god dang food apps, and I'm fucking fed up.
At Mickey D's, right? Mickey D's. Okay, let me take a look.
Tweet at all of them.
I got the Szechuan sauce, so that's
caviar.
New.
Today is definitely one of those days where if we were at the office, we would take a long fucking trip to McDonald's lunch.
So long.
We'd be there for 2.5 hours.
For sure. The Jurassic Park in review would be delayed.
Oh yeah.
God, we would start Jurassic Park at 4:45.
Yes.
Like, sorry guys, sorry. We'll make it quick. Nick, one more question about TV shows.
Sure.
Have you heard of this new Star Trek show? And then sub question, how in are you to the Star Trek show?
For Strange New Worlds?
Yeah.
So Picard lost me. I'm done. Discovery, yeah, I after a few episodes of Picard, I'm like, this is not the Star Trek show that I want.
Oh, speaking of which, hold on. The girl who recommended me, who was like, Andy, your coworker would love this show. She writes for Picard. I meant to bring up that point in that conversation. I just totally forgot.
Could have been 10 seconds earlier, you know?
Yeah, my bad.
Right through that shit. There it is right there.
I got the spicy nugs, Brody. I got spicy nugs up in my spot.
Go fuck yourself.
You know, I don't get shit, bro. So I'm ordering these, dude.
Andy, don't worry about it, though. Before those fucking nugs get to Mike's house, Hank the Tank's going to eat the Uber driver and the nugs, so don't worry about it.
The McDonald's is 44 miles away.
Yeah, they're going to get there. They're going to be soggy. They're just going to be mush.
Also, Drifto said, stop using delivery apps, ? Drifto, go fuck yourself. That's a 5-year ban, okay?
Whoa.
I don't know that we had to
Clearly, you don't understand. Right. Clearly, listen, Drifto. You don't understand the virtue of living in the city. Living in San Francisco means you have so much food walkable to you. But none of us do that. We all just get that shit delivered. I could literally probably go to my place in less time than it takes for a delivery driver to do this. But then I'd have to get out of my chair. Welcome to San Francisco. Kevin, to answer your question, I believe the show you're referring to is Strange New Worlds, and I'm jacked for it. because it looks.
What's the premise? I think it might have just started.
I think it starts May 5th.
Oh, okay, never mind. Wow,
Yeah.
you're more way on top of it. Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm into
What's
it.
the premise?
The premise is it's the Starship Enterprise right before Kirk takes control of it. So it's Pike's.
But like, do you
Not
care
Pike's,
that we know what happens to Pike?
No, because
Interesting.
first off, I think it's a different timeline, and second off, I think I want Star Trek to go back to being more bottle episodic episodes of Star Trek. One of the reasons why I really don't vibe with modern Star Trek is because it's all one overarching story for the entire series, and occasionally they'll dip into like the episodes that don't necessarily play into it. But like Picard lost me because I was like, wow, all of this is just playing into one long storyline, and I miss the episodes that just kind of were like self-contained, and they just don't people just don't want to make those anymore. To me, that's what Star Trek should be. It should be we're landing on a planet and there's some social issue that's relevant today in like modern day America that we're going to kind of dive into, but we're going to use the sci-fi tropes or the sci-fi genre to sort of give that to you, right? Instead of I think it's just a little too, I don't know. It's just a little too straightforward and heavy-handed these days. I miss the shows that I miss like the Next Generation where everyone's just like super nice to each other and everyone's cool and they're just going onto planets and trying to figure some stuff out. And that's what Strange New Worlds kind of looks to me like. I'm hoping that they go
that
less
seems like that's
there's
the
this
pitch.
world-ending thing happening, and more like, hey, we're actually going where no one's gone before. We're actually exploring. We're actually doing these fun things and having a little bit more fun because Discovery season 2 and 3 were just so heavy. I'm like, oh man, this is not a slog to get through. It was just a lot to take in, and I just every once in a while I'll go back and watch like a couple episodes of The Next Generation, and it's like, here's a whole episode about them in the holodeck. They get stuck in the holodeck, and it's like
just a
like
fun one-day adventure that doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter, but there's like a theme in it or something, right? Or like, there's always so I don't know. I feel like they need to kind of get back to the roots of Star Trek a little bit to get me back on because I enjoyed Discovery season 1. I like season 2, but by 3, I'm like, I'm not in for this ride anymore. They got shot into the fucking future, and I'm like, whatever, I'm done.
Yeah, it really is a lot with them fucking going in the future.
And it's like
I haven't seen any of that season either.
I think they took a cue from the Star Trek movies, and they were like, we need this to be way more action oriented, and it needs to be like, it's got to have. But that's just, to me, the idea of Star Trek was never that they could do the action because they didn't have the budget for it. So they had to kind of rely a little bit more on the situations and that they were putting the characters in, and like how the characters related to those situations and kind of what that meant. And that's a little bit more cerebral, I think, than the Star Trek is now. So I'd be very curious to see if they could do what they can, like, if they can go back to those roots, but also have the same visuals that they have with the Star Treks now. That would be really, really cool for me. But people seem to be liking the newest season of Picard, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it one day.
I really want to give all those shows because I really like Discovery, and it's like, you're right. It's definitely more of like, this is what's happening through the season, not every single episode. But I want to dive back in. I might start rewatching Discovery with Paula because I think I can get her.
Yeah, I just kind of think that, like, to me, you need a couple basic things to happen on a Star Trek show. One, it needs to be a crew of people that I vibe with, and two, they need to be on a ship, and the ship needs to be a character of its own. And Discovery, that's what I liked about Discovery season 1 and 2. But like in the season 3, I think we kind of get there and they're looking for Discovery and all that. I'm like, I don't know, it's weird. But someone was asking if I saw the Orville. I loved the Orville. I liked season 1 of that show.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it was fun. It was like, it felt like a Star Trek show, but like a silly kind of like more comical version of that. But they actually had episodes where I was like, oh, this actually feels like what a Star Trek show is supposed to feel like.
Oh, now that I have forgotten, I mean, obviously this is what they were planning on, but now that I have obviously forgotten to cancel my Paramount Plus subscription because of Halo, I have access to Lower Decks, and I really want to check it out.
People like that one. People like that a lot.
Yeah.
Watching fantasy.
I'm just excited that they have there's 5 Star Trek shows. Because as a kid growing up, you were like, there was just one, and then they would be like, oh, Voyager's happening. You're like, oh, that's so cool. And then you just watch Voyager, and then it was like Deep Space Nine. You're like, I like Deep Space Nine too. But we never got 4 Star Trek shows happening at the same time. So it's kind of cool that Star Trek is such a big thing again, even though it's kind of hidden behind Paramount Plus. I wish it was on CBS, but it's not. Am I wrong? Is it on CBS? Did they put that shit?
CBS doesn't exist. Wait, what is it called?
CBS became Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But is Paramount Plus? No, that's their streaming service. You mean that was CBS All Access? But
Yeah.
CBS is still a network, right?
Oh,
That's still a
sure. Yeah,
network.
of course. Oh,
I wish that they had a Star Trek show like
It's
on
Old People Network.
Oh,
It
on
is.
TV.
on TV.
Got it.
Because back in the day, it used to be like.
Well, I
there
think
was,
the problem is like nobody watches
Fox.
there anymore. You know?
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Everyone's.
I mean,
everything's
you would
streaming
think
now.
that, Kevin, but then suddenly there's 7 new CSIs, you know?
Well, my mom's got to watch something. She doesn't want to leave her house. She's like, oh, there's 15 CSIs. I'm in. My mom would watch that shit all day long. My mom used to have 3 cable boxes, and every time you'd go to one of them to watch something, it would be recording something back in the day. She'd be like, don't change the channel up there. I'm recording NCSI, Criminal Intent. I'm like, all right.
God, that Criminal Intent was the worst one too.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. The fucking new Law and Order. Holy shit. How have we not talked about this one? Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah?
Law and Order is another one of those shows that I'm like, this could go on forever, and I would watch it forever. It's Jeffrey Donovan and I think Anthony Anderson. Yeah, Anthony Anderson. They're the 2 detectives, and they're so bad but so good together, and it's just classic Law and Order. Mike, are you familiar with Law and Order? Have you watched Law and Order?
Is this organized crime?
Is that the one with
No, it is
LL Cool J?
organized crime. Was they tried to have that was the spinoff for Stabler, and I
Yeah.
did not like that because that's exactly what we're talking about, which is like it's one story that goes throughout the entire season. Law and Order has always been self-contained episodes, with occasionally they'll dip into something that happened in the characters' pasts, but you don't really get to know the characters that much. Like, I shit you not, there's like 24 seasons of Law and Order, and they just change in characters whenever they want. They're just like, oh, Chris Knott's out, whatever, or these characters are doing something else. Let's just put in another detective.
Wait, so
another DA.
what series are you talking about? Is it just
Law and Order? They brought back the original.
Oh, they brought
Law
it
and Order.
back.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
I didn't
literally
realize
just
that. That's
Law
awesome.
and Order, and it's a new cast. Jeffrey Donovan's the guy from Burn Notice, who we all love.
Yeah.
From Burn Notice because he's weird as shit, and I love him. They got a new captain. They got new DAs, and it's just straight up classic Law and Order, and I fucking love it. I love it.
I don't watch any of that. I don't watch
Mike, you'd love it. Here's why: in the criminal justice system. Damn, I thought I had it.
You're close. You're
God, I was gonna
close.
do. Hold on, I gotta do.
Because I was ready to hit you with a gung.
Right, criminal justice system.
You fucked it up. I think the
Law and Order.
time's gone.
I know it's gone, but I got to do it for next time.
Okay.
People are represented by 2 separate yet equal
it's too
important
late.
groups. The police who investigate. God damn it! Now it's not even there anymore. I gotta click through it. Anyway, half the episode is them investigating the crime, and half the episode is just them prosecuting the crime. So it just is like 2 detectives have to figure out who did the thing. And spoilers, it's always the third person they show. Like it's always like the second person they interview is always the one. And then they always, if they can't figure out a clever way for that person to like lose, that person just has an emotional outbreak on the stand and confesses to the crime. And they're like, cool, everything's fine. Joey, what are your thoughts on Law and Order?
I've never actually watched Law and Order. I was
Oh
a
my
Criminal
God.
Minds girl.
I was expecting Joey to come in here and be like, guys, the show's been offline for like 30 minutes.
Oh no. I wish. No, I came in because you guys were talking about TV, and I need to talk to Nick about Yellowstone because this is the show that not enough of you people are watching,
It's so good.
and it's so good.
So-
I'm almost caught up. I have like 3 episodes left of season 4, and I started a week ago.
So full context, I've come in for a handful of each season of episodes of Yellowstone.
Okay.
And because that was one of those shows where when you get married, they talk about compromise, right?
Mhm.
They say that you have to kind of meet in the middle and that you take sort of a part of you and give it to the other person, and it's wonderful. That is precluded when you're talking about Yellowstone. Dee was like, I like this show, I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, oh, I kind of like it too. Do you want to wait for me? And she said, no, I'm not waiting.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And I was like, so I sat down and watched a couple episodes. I was like, this is a really good show. I was like, do you mind like waiting? Like, and she's like, no, I'm watching the show. This is what I told you. I'm gonna watch the show. And so I've seen like parts of it throughout the 4 seasons, and I'm like, damn, this is a really, really good show. That the daughter, who was also, she played God, she played
Oh, she's
Watson's
in.
wife in Game of Shadows as Sherlock Holmes. She's in a bunch of stuff. She's
She was in Pride and
great.
Prejudice.
Yeah, she's fucking great in this. And Kevin Costner, man, is so good. And the dude
Kevin
that's like
Costner's so good. Okay,
the
I'm
guy
giving
who
you
was
guys
the
the
bad guy
pick.
in Pitch Black was good too. That guy's on Cole Hauser.
And it's
So
the guy
good.
from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, yes, he's the bad guy in Too Fast and Furious. And he's just like the whole time, Joey, he just kind of like sits there and silent. And you're like,
No
yeah,
better
he's
recommendation than the bad guy from the worst.
No.
fucking Fast
Yeah,
and Furious
exactly.
movie.
But here's the thing: he's so good on this show, and I fucking hate Too Fast, Too Furious. And I was like, this guy sucks.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna like him, and I love him on it.
Joey,
be
I need you to
honest.
pull. I need you to pull the e-brake on that hate for Too Fast, Too Furious. Okay, pump the brakes
Oh,
here. Okay?
absolutely not. Absolutely
Like, I
not.
need you to put that bad boy in park and maybe reverse it a little bit.
But here's the thing: Yellowstone did not care about it from the premise. It's like, do I care about ranching in Montana? Not really. Do I care about cowboys? Not really. But it's a damn good show. I'm not saying it's like Succession levels, but it's pretty close in terms of
close.
like family dynamics of an industry that I don't know anything about and I don't necessarily care anything about. But they make you care about it, which is what I appreciate.
It's also beautiful. Like
It
everywhere
is
they film,
beautiful.
you're
They
like,
shoot it in
"My
Montana.
God,
It
it's
looks gorgeous.
out there. That's
Uh,
why I fought hard to get Montana up on the states ranking, and everyone they
Mhm.
just douched me on that one, Joe.
It's just hard for me. Here's the thing, Joe, and I like my argument for not wanting to watch it doesn't make any sense, but I just need you to follow me anyway, okay? You know when somebody recommends you a show, and you're like, "Oh, I've never heard of that. Is it brand new?" And they're like, "No, it's like on season 6 already." It's like, that's not a good show then,
No,
you know?
No, are you kidding?
And
Well,
that
that's
doesn't make
not-
sense.
That literally happened with
Interesting
Game of
mindset.
Thrones.
But
Like,
here's
most
the
people
thing,
weren't into Game of
Andy.
Thrones
I
till
just
season
recommended Law and Order. It's on season 87.
2.
Here, that's also true.
I'm not even kidding. There are
First of
25
all,
seasons of Law and Order. It's
Andy,
ridiculous.
you didn't catch up on Succession until this season, so that's
Well,
mostly your
that
fault.
is because one of the
Damn,
main
she got
actors
you.
told me to watch it, so I said yes, I will watch it.
Fuck,
Oh.
I have to
Joey,
get a
Andy
cameo from
Nassif.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
How
you
much
sure do, Jeff.
Andy, main actors or a fantastic supporting character?
Well, I mean, come on, he's in the show a lot.
Is
We
it the
like.
tall kid?
Here's the thing: when Arian first messaged or tweeted, I was like, "There's no way this guy's a main character or like in the show at all, right?" If he's in it a lot, dude.
Stewie's in it a good amount.
Stewie's in it a
Stewie's the
lot.
tall guy, right? The goofy tall kid
No,
from
no, no.
Zola.
No, he's the one that's
No.
friends with Kendall.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
He's the
what
one
you're
that's like
talking about.
always fucking over Kendall. They used to be friends as
This
kids.
is Succession, not Yellowstone. I don't know if that's helpful.
I'm trying to track. Do you watch the Succession too? I can't watch that show. It's just the thing about it is I just don't like the vibe of it. That's what I like about Yellowstone. Is like I'm like, oh, I get it. This is supposed to be like dramatic. Whereas Succession, every once in a while, that Culkin kid comes on. I'm like, is he supposed to make me laugh right now? What the heck's going on with this?
That's why you don't
And-
like The Departed. Now we
And
know
then
the root of the
camera
problem.
zooms in. The camera zooms in and zooms out. I'm like, am I watching Arrested Development? What's happening?
Now we know the
So
root of the
good.
problem. It's like it doesn't
I mean-
matter. It doesn't matter if it wins a bunch of awards.
But
If it's tonally off, Nick won't like it.
It's the same with
Mhm.
Weeds. I watched
He's
Weeds. And I'm
right.
like, I don't know how to feel about this. And Orange is the New Black. I'm like, I don't know if
Dude.
I'm supposed to laugh at this or not.
Weeds really went to some weird fucking incestual places.
Cool.
But to address Andy's thing really quick, the reason why
Mike,
a
are
lot
you
of people
guys
aren't
nuggets?
talking about it
You
is
piece of
because
shit.
it's on a weird part, like a delivery schedule where it
great.
was Paramount Plus and now it's on. Oh my gosh, you did get the nugs. Now it's on Peacock and it's only
Yeah.
on their streaming apps. It's not on TV either. I don't, as far as I know.
I wanna
So it's
support-
siloed weirdly, but guess who
Mhm.
paid for it all? And I heard you, motherfucker, paid for it too because of Halo, so you have it. So you have
It's
no
true.
excuses for the next month, Andy. Just watch I think the first episode is the best first episode of television I've
Joey-
watched in recent memory. It's so
Joey,
good.
Andy's just mad because none of us watched Nirvana the band, the show. He
I
kept trying
did.
to-
I
he
liked it.
Kept trying
but
to
that has
hawk
nothing to
that
do with
shit
it.
to
That
all
was
of
not
us, and we were
good.
like,
That
I don't
was
want to watch.
bad.
And then he's like,
No,
Nick,
you're
you gotta
wrong,
watch.
Kevin. You're
Not
You gotta watch.
wrong.
You gotta watch episode
Don't do
10 of
fake
Nathan
bits,
for
it's
You.
so
And I'm like,
bad.
oh, Andy, stop with this Nathan for You show.
Another fake.
Y'all
bit
just
show.
don't like good stuff, man. You don't like that's it. That's
I still think that you guys are playing a joke with me about The Office, where y'all just really don't like that
Shit,
show. and
you
you're just trying to
enjoyed
get
The
me
You
to watch
Office.
it.
liked it.
Yeah, that
I
was one
liked
of
the
my
hang.
highlights for
I was
Arizona.
I was having a fun time hanging out with everyone, and you guys were like, "You want to watch?" And I just didn't want to spoil the vibe. Mike, let me explain to you about The Office. It's a bunch of people staring at each other for 45 minutes, and you're supposed to laugh. Done. That's every episode of The Office.
Not Seinfeld level. You know what I mean? Let's all be
No.
real with each other. The Office ain't Steinfeld level. Remember that, y'all.
Fucking from the mouth of babes. You know what I mean, Joe?
Not
From the mouth
afraid
of
to
children.
say it.
Okay, but Mike's also out here like a madman eating nuggets with no sauce.
Now, Joey, thank
Going
you
in
for
fucking
calling me out.
dry.
I'm very
Well, I do that
disappointed.
too.
They didn't put any. They
You're
didn't bring any
crazy
sauce.
too.
They didn't bring any sauce. So what am I supposed to do?
Are you
know what I
saying
mean?
you
They
don't
didn't
got
put
a
sauce
little
in
bit
there.
of barbecue sauce in your house? You don't
You don't
got a
have
little dab of
ketchup?
barbecue sauce?
I mean,
You
I
got some
do,
party ketchup? Go get it.
but I wanted to
This
be
is
back
hard
here
for
as
us
soon
to
as
watch.
possible.
It's
You know what I mean?
gross.
I needed to be here. I needed to be here.
Mike,
Part of it.
I'm with you.
Gross.
Mike, I eat them dry like that too. I don't need sauce.
Andy said he eats them
What
dry
is
too.
wrong with you?
You don't eat
people?
them. I'll tell you why, Joe. Because they put them in a little box, and you put that box. It fits perfectly in my little cup holder center console.
Mhm,
Open it up. I can eat them dry while I'm driving, just like this.
And they're spicy nuggets. They already got a little. They got a little dry rub on them. They're already
yeah,
spicy. You
they're
know what I mean?
flavorful. What do you need to add more flavor to the
Joey,
flavor?
should we get some spicy
But like,
nuggets
of
or
course,
what?
I would prefer
Yeah,
some
you
sauce.
should.
He just didn't put them in there. You know what I mean?
What's
I
your
don't think
what's
we
your
have
go-to
spicy
sauce?
nugs.
What?
From Mickey D's,
Yeah.
either the barbecue or ranch is what I'm going with for
Oof.
nugs.
Yeah. See,
Barbecue or
ranch is too much. Ranch is too much salt. I like a honey mustard to just cool it off a little bit, but maybe not with the spicy. With the spicy, I could see ranch being a thing.
Y'all are crazy not ordering sweet and sour. That is the only sauce
Sweet
we're
and
ordering
sour.
from
Really?
It's
McDonald's.
Barbecue
it's-
sauce is awesome, all right?
Yeah,
Barbecue
barbecue.
sauce is
Nice,
good,
Kevin.
too.
Yep.
Barbecue sauce is good.
Barbecue
Sometimes I fuck with
sauce.
honey. Y'all ever fuck with honey? Honey's good, bro.
Absolutely not.
Honey, I'll fuck. You know, it's
No,
too
never.
sticky.
I fuck with honey.
In the
I
criminal
don't like the way
justice
you're
system,
saying that.
sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the
You gotta
Special
read the
Victims
room, my
Unit.
guy.
These are their stories.
You're dialing it in. You're
Mike,
dialing
give
it in.
Third
Andy, you're
time's a
supposed to go dunk
charm.
dunk.
Dang dang.
Thank you.
Third time's a
Jesus
charm,
Christ.
big
Also,
dog.
that was I meant for that to be the Law and Order opening. That was the SVU opening. Astute
Great.
people will have noticed that was the wrong one, but very few people would.
I was like,
understand that.
yeah, hyenas is not a normal part of the
No,
intro.
it definitely is not.
Well, since we have Joey here, let's keep the conversation going. I was going to bring up Young Rock, but I won't bore you with how great Young Rock is. Don't worry about it. But somebody asked in the question, what was that?
Real quick, is Young Rock just like Everybody Hates Chris? Just like a satire? No?
I think it's like a real retelling of his childhood.
It's
In like a
but
fun
it's
way.
similar to Everybody Hates Chris for sure, Kevin. It's a fun TV. What would you call that? I don't know what you'd call that,
Sitcom.
Kevin.
It's like a
it's a
sitcom.
fun family sitcom about The Rock's life. He's running for president in 2043, and so they're retelling, where he is today and what all that. It's worth the watch. It's fun and it's a good time for sure. But somebody asked in the chat, what's everybody's favorite reality TV show? Like all those, someone's making the band and Survivor, all that. So, Joey, I'll kick it to you first. What's your favorite reality television show?
That's so difficult. Honestly, my favorite one that's not on anymore is The Mole. I always thought that was really fun, especially when they did Celebrity Mole with like Corbin Burnson. Just I like anytime there's like puzzle and people and trying to figure things out. Even though I like The Bachelor and stuff, I don't usually default to the like super drama heavy ones. Like all the dating ones, those aren't usually normally my jams, but I do also enjoy a good Real Housewives every once in a while. I went through a big Survivor phase earlier this year where I just watched the challenges and I fast forwarded through all the tribal bullshit because I didn't care about the like interpersonal stuff. And then I also really liked Amazing Race growing up. It's kind of like the smattering of it, but I want The Mole to come back. I need it. Also, Supermarket Sweep. I guess is that reality? No, that's game show. Never mind.
I like that. The Mole's a good pull. Mole's a good pull. I didn't know if anybody else watched The Mole. I liked The Mole, Joey. So shout out
Thank
to you
you.
for that one.
It was only on for like 2 or 3 seasons and it was sad, but it was like, I
Mm.
like puzzles. There was also like a trivia aspect because they had that whole like test at the end of each episode and all the Baldwin brothers are like weird and Kathy Griffin was kind of fun on it. It was fun.
There's all those shows that are like, Who's the Masked Dancer? Who's the Masked Singer? All those shows that I'm just like, I have no context for with this shit. Where I'm like, who watches these fucking shows? It's like where like stars go to just get a paycheck and then they walk. It's weird.
To
Kevin, tell me
answer
yours.
that question, I haven't watched a lot of reality TV in a while, but I liked. Sorry, I got distracted. Something in the chat. I was a big fan of Surreal Life. Anyone watch that show?
Wait, was that the one with Paris
Paris
Hilton?
Hilton. Yeah.
No, wait.
That
Okay.
was The Simple Life.
No, yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
no.
Surreal Life?
The Real Life
I
was
think-
VH1.
This real life
Yes,
was Zach
yeah,
and
yeah.
Cody.
No, it was so they would get a bunch of people
Oh, it was
that
Flavor
were
Flav. That's right.
yeah, a
Like
bunch of people that
Brigitte
were
Nielsen
famous
and
yeah,
Mhm.
and
maybe
got 'em
Vanilla
all
Ice?
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice was in it.
That
They
was
had Vernon
weird.
Troyer. They also had Christopher Knight and Adrian Curry in this one of the seasons, and she falls in love with him, and so that was Christopher Knight is the youngest of the Brady Bunch,
Oh, right.
the little boy, and
Yeah.
Adrian Curry was the first person to win America's Next Top Model, and she fell like head over ears in love with him, and watching their little love story was very enjoyable. And
Doesn't she
yeah.
do a lot of she's the one that does a lot of cosplay at San Diego Comic-Con, right? Like she's like a huge dork.
I think she has done some cosplay.
Yeah.
But I think you might be mixing it up with someone else.
And didn't they have their own spin-off show?
They
Reality
did.
show?
Yeah, they did. And so in the show, she's like, I'm gonna fall in love. Like, I'm gonna get him to fall in love with me, and we're gonna have our own show, and we're gonna have kids. And it was adorable, but it does have a very sad conclusion where they try to have kids for several years, and it
Oh no.
I think kind of hurts their relationship till they
The
break
Oh,
up.
that's
chat
really
is
difficult
littered
to
with
go through.
head over ears.
That's okay because Smooth Whiskey was making fun of my pronunciation of heinous. He goes, "Why did Nick pronounce it?"
Yeah, you were saying
hyenas?"
hyenas.
Yeah,
I was very
I-
confused by
Oh.
that.
I caught it and immediately was like, I'm not bringing any
I
attention
don't
to
know.
hyenas.
I thought you were talking about Hyannis, like the city that's in Massachusetts.
So it's heinous, but I spelled it. I pronounced it hyenas for whatever reason. I threw an extra.
I was very confused by that too.
Listen, guys. Listen. When you talk on camera for 6 hours a day, something's gonna come out funky. A little funky.
Didn't know
monkey,
how
you
to pronounce the word. It wasn't a slip of the tongue.
Sometimes your brain goes, "This will be funny. You'll laugh about this later." You know what? I was right. We're laughing about it now. Congratulations!
such a
I brought
liar.
fucking merriment into everyone's life, Mike. Give me a little taste of the fucking good shit there you got in that little box.
Woo, man, that shit was so good, Nick.
You're
my
done?
tongue,
I
my
hate
taste
your
buds
ass,
are
bro.
bumping
I
Andy
hate
Cortez.
you.
My
I'm
Makes me
so
bumping.
jealous.
It's like, ooh, was that too spicy? I don't know.
You
bro.
just
It's
had the
so
best
good.
week of any of us right now.
Mikey, just to rub it in, can you order one more order?
Oh
of the-
yeah,
of the
would you like me to
spicy nugs?
reorder that? I can get
Yeah,
another
just
20 piece.
reorder it.
if
Just
you
get
want.
another one
No
yourself.
problem.
Go
Let me
fuck
get-
yourself.
get one more.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I like that, Kevin. I like that you bring that up because I was a big fan of Rock of Love and Flavor of Love back in the day. And then
Which
what was it? New York had one too. What was that one girl's name that was New York?
I
or
love
something,
New York,
right?
I think.
I
Right?
love
Yeah,
New.
he still
That
loves New
shit
York.
was hysterical, bro. That stuff was so funny. I love
I
that.
think those all came out of the same season, right?
Pretty much, right? Because I Love New York came from. She was on Flavor of Love, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
Rock of Love was its own separate thing because I don't know if anybody cross
It really turns me
pollinated
on.
from that.
What Bridget Nielsen and Flavor Flav also fell
They fell for each
deeply
other.
in love. It
That was
was
a weird one.
gross because they made out aggressively.
Yeah, Bridget Nelson was a tour de force on that show, if memory serves correctly. I'm looking up Adrian Curry right now. She's married to a Twitch streamer named Duck Sauce. Do you guys know who Duck
Yeah,
Sauce
I know
is?
who Duck Sauce is.
Yeah,
He's really, really talented.
So apparently they got married. That's crazy. Maybe it was a happy ending after all.
What?
Yeah, I
Look
think
at Duck
these
Sauce
things have gotten.
Duck Sauce returns to Twitch after a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah.
After a 3-year heinous.
Nice, Nick.
That would have been funnier.
That guy Duck Sauce is a good VO guy. Very good VO
Yeah.
talent.
He says
Really?
that they took some time off for that. Good for them. The nerds are winning, everyone.
For me, I like Wipeout the most. I want all of us to be
I
on an
didn't even
episode of
think about
Wipeout.
that.
Like I would do anything to just be like, oh, hey, you have the opportunity to bring all of KindaFunny on one episode of Wipeout. I'd be like, let's go right now. Sign the liability forms, Nick, because we're going.
Dude, are you kidding me? First off, who do you think would hurt themselves the most on Wipeout, other than me?
I like Greg.
Yeah,
A big
You think
body.
so?
Yeah,
How
it's a
does
big body.
He can't get through those little forms, you know. Wipeout's the one where the wall comes at you, right?
No, that's Hole in the Wall with Nick Cannon. Which, damn it, Nick.
I can't believe there's a whole show
Which
just
one's
called Hole in the
Wipeout?
Wall.
Which one's
It's
Wipeout?
absurd.
Nick Cannon
Um,
has had such a fascinating
Nick
career.
Cannon.
Such a fascinating career. Wipeout.
Do you think that the crew as a whole has a better chance at the golf one?
Holy moly.
Yeah.
No, we'd
No,
die on
we're
Wipeout.
very bad at we wouldn't be good enough at Holy moly.
Oh, Wipeout's the one where you
I
gotta
can't
like
believe they said that
you
about
do all
you,
the stuff
Andy. Did you
over
hear
the
that?
water.
I mean, Andy, what's your putt game like?
He'd have to carry a lot of weight, Joey.
I'm
Yeah,
one of the best. I'm one of the best
Because
ever.
we have like one or two good putters, and then the rest of us all suck. So that's not
I
gonna
just
be
want
good
to see
enough.
somebody run down the line of all the porta potties and just get launched by the doors.
Yep.
I feel like that would be really great.
But yeah, those are mine. Andy Cortez, what kind of reality shows are you watching, big dog?
I mean, back in the day, I would say the only ones that I watched, like were Real World and Road Rules back in the day.
Oh, love Road Rules.
I always
Um,
feel like I could win the challenge, Andy. Like
could
you
have
watch the
lost.
challenge, I'm like, I felt like I could be a part of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Challenge
Even though
is
that guy
so
CT
gnarly.
would probably put me in a headlock.
Oh my god.
Do you remember
The
when
guy
he wore
CT
Johnny
or
Bananas
West.
as a backpack?
Oh,
just
do you
totally
remember
owned
that?
him? Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that guy became a freak after like X amount of seasons of doing that. He shows up and he looks like Superman compared to all those nerds. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
Real
scary.
World gave us, or was it Road Rules? Gave us Theo Vaughn.
Oh, it
and
did.
it also gave us the Miz.
Yeah.
It also gave us Blair Herter.
Oh, that's so
Remember?
right.
Blair came
God
from Road Rules.
damn, that's so right.
That was one of those rare ones where I was like, I met Blair. I was like, I'm like, you're on fucking MTV. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's so wild. Yeah, I used to watch those a long time ago. Obviously, I don't really watch a whole lot of reality TV anymore, unfortunately. My free
Oh, I
time
like
just
that
goes
guy.
to gaming and like streaming and shit. So like back in the day, I used to do it quite a bit. I feel like the most recent thing I was really, really into was Great British Bake Off, like Nick was mentioning.
Oh, GBBO.
I don't think there's any like what is the super hot reality show right now? Because like back in the day, we only had TV to watch, and that was the hot thing. I don't think there is anything
I
that
think people
big.
still watch Survivor. I think Survivor's still big.
Survivor's still
Still
big.
going.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
still
could
going.
believe that. I could believe
Carl
that. That's
Jacobs
kind of
is
an
a massive
institution.
Survivor fan.
Yeah.
He's been watching MasterChef on Twitch. Like, remember when we had that
I used to
renaissance of
love
like
MasterChef.
everybody started watching MasterChef? Then they were like, "Yo, you're gonna definitely have your whole Twitch channel blown up to that." And then they were like, "No, that's not real. Don't worry about it." And then it was quiet. Carl Jacobson is back on. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna watch MasterChef again, which I appreciate.
Well, they
Which
were
one?
cool with it. Yeah, they ended up being cool with it.
Wow, so we can watch that.
It was MasterChef that was like,
No.
we've come to an agreement with Twitch or some shit.
So you can watch MasterChef while on Twitch. I'm confused.
So
what's
like,
going on.
so Hassan Piker,
Mhm.
one of the biggest Twitch
I know.
streamers, like / political guys, would just watch MasterChef, and everybody was like, "All right, here it comes!" Like once the network started finding out about this, and then there was a lady on the newer Gordon Ramsay show, which is called like Top Tier Chef or something like that, where there's different levels. Nick, like each chef is coaching on a different like store, like there's a stage, right? And there's like one
saying
floor,
next
2
level
floors,
chef.
3 floors. Yeah,
You mean
next
the-
level chef.
Yeah.
Top tier, not a bad name though for me to come up with.
Badass
right there.
name. Andy.
Oh, not
Yeah.
bad, not
Trademark
bad.
it right
not
now.
bad.
Yeah,
Haven't
so next
trademarked it as
level
I would.
chef is the current show that they were doing, and there was a lady on there who says, "I stream my cooking on Twitch," and Gordon Ramsay's like, "What the fuck is Twitch?" And he said that on camera, and like it became this big thing. And then all of the MasterChef streamers tweeted at Gordon Ramsay like, "Hey, if you want to know what Twitch is, let me know." Blah blah. Hi, it's all fun and games. And I'm like, "Oh, they're about to get hit."
Yeah,
Sure
that's a
enough,
hit.
they
Yeah.
all got DMCA takedown, and it's like, oh man, and like a couple of them were banned for several days
man,
or whatever.
Why would they reach out to network television? Is notorious for not letting this shit happen.
Yeah, but then they removed the ban. Like they pulled the DMCA thing, and then people were like, "Cool, I guess we can do it again." And I feel like there's this kind of weird agreement of like, hey, "Don't worry about it. You're bringing publicity to our show,"
Mhm.
but
Mm.
other people thought, "Oh, so I could stream anything on here." Then nope. Other people were getting banned for like watching anime and other other shows like that.
Broadcasting things. That's not how the planet works. Top Chef. Which one was the one with Tom Colicchio and Padme Lakshmi?
That sounds like you just made up names.
Yeah, that felt like you just made up a name. There.
That's the one where they
Is that
get.
Master Chef?
Queen
Yeah, I
Amidala
think
and
so.
Padme.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? No, that was Top Chef. Top Chef.
That's the one
was
where they get the
bomb.
little boxes, right? Where they have like 4 things they have to make a meal out
Yeah,
of.
you have to use specific ingredients, and
I like
was-
that one a lot.
I really liked that show back in the day. I watched like 4 or 5 seasons of that show back in the day.
That's
'Cause
like
it's-
Iron Chef, right?
No, Iron Chef is more like actually competition. Well,
They have
the
one
formatting
key
is different.
ingredient.
Yeah.
This one's like
Iron
this one
Chef's
is
fucking
more.
great.
This one's more like Bake Off, where you have like 8 contestants and it whittles down to like the final 3. Whereas Iron Chef was like one chef versus the Iron Chef, and if you could beat him, then you became Iron Chef or whatever.
But
that was,
I
right?
thought there were like 3 Iron Chefs, or maybe there were.
I think
There's
two
a-
guys.
they
there's
had
like
different
7,
versions of
I
it. There were
think.
like Iron Chef, fucking
Well,
California edition or whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm just talking about the Iron Chef that was on like a weird channel late at night, not in English.
the weird ones.
And
where they
I
were
would
like,
just be like,
you can
I
only
don't.
eat
Yeah,
squid
it's like-
in this. Like you have to make everything with squid. Like
With
fuck.
Mark
I fucking
Dukakis?
love squid. I was all in.
No, it's the really. I like the announcer for that one.
Yeah, he's
He's
the
like-
fucking onion every time.
Yeah.
Got it. So General Capper is
So
Top Chef
amazing.
is professional chefs competing. Master Chef is amateur chefs. See, that's what I liked about Top Chef. That if you owned a restaurant that was like badass, you could go on Top Chef and like rep it and try to win. And then there would be like the guy that was like, there's always the guy from Portland who had the cool tattoos that just fucking got dogged out, just clowned out.
They
like,
always get stuck at
right
the
in the
ice
first
cream
round.
machine, man.
Yeah,
They always
man,
want to
the
make
ice
some
cream
weird
machine.
ice cream.
Does anyone else think it's sort of fucked up that they pick the hottest days on Great British Bake Off to make them do the ice cream challenge?
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfair.
And then they give them those
That
stupid
makes sense. No one
refrigerators
wants
that
to
you
eat.
know don't actually fucking work. And it's like, what are they doing?
But they
It's
look
so
really
sad.
cool.
They do, but they don't look industrial. Like, why don't you give them a real fridge, like a real freezer? It's so mean.
I know.
I'm about to
they are
restart
in the
my
middle of-
phone in hopes that it refreshes my apps and I get spicy nugs.
Oh, there you go. I
Kevin,
like.
should I do a full system should I do a full wipe?
Why don't you
A
delete
full reset?
delete
A full
Uber
reset?
Eats and delete DoorDash, and then reinstall them?
Andy,
That's
they
a
don't
good
got
cut.
him here
Yeah.
yet. They don't got
Uber
him here.
now.
yet.
Remember,
Oh, I
Uber
was
Eats
talking
is in
about
bed
Chopped.
with McDonald's, so
Thank
they're
you.
the people you got to go see.
I'd be-
Now, I want to give a shout out, Joey, to MTV when they embraced stoner culture and they made Snack Off, and you would just go into the pantry and just make ultimate
What?
munchies.
I don't think
oh,
I
yeah,
know
bro. You
this.
never
Never
heard
heard
about
this.
Snack
That sounds
Off? Oh yeah,
awesome.
bro.
I think you made that up, Mike. I think you hallucinated that. Like,
This is such a
Maybe
like.
that was me in my kitchen.
This sounds like an
That would do.
MTV show that came out in 2015 when like it's way past their prime, and it's like we're just trying at anything to hit.
Man,
Yeah, take
what's
I
even
got
on
Snack Off.
MTV these days? What do they even do?
a lot of ridiculousness, which I
yeah,
love. Through the
all Rob
pandemic.
Dyrdek.
It's a lot of. They still have MTV The Challenge. They brought that back recently. Catfish is somehow still going strong, even though I absolutely hate Catfish.
Why do
They're
you
not
hate
doing those
catfish?
anymore.
I
You
just
think
I hate
just
the
all
idea that
staged?
people be doing that. No, I just hate the
Oh.
idea
Yeah.
that people be doing that to people. You know what I
It's
mean?
not
It's
a
like
cool
I don't
thing
think
anymore.
anybody
there's
likes
this poor
that
dude.
idea.
He's got the camera shoved in his face. He's like, I really thought I was falling in love with Becky over here. Turns out Becky's some 15-year-old child ruining fucking Tommy's life over here. You know?
But
I hate that.
don't they sometimes have ones where like it's real?
I mean, look, I hate that murders happen, but I like murder mystery like documentaries and shit.
No, I can't watch Catfish. I can't watch Catfish.
Oh, that's a bummer. I feel like we would be remiss to talk about MTV and not talk about Jackass and Viva La Bam and Wild
Oh
Boy.
my god,
being-
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
10
we'll
out of
show
10
that
reality
before.
TV shows.
That was just the moment. That was like the moment,
Yeah.
right? That was like MTV at its best.
Wait, Mike,
And then it was
who?
all downhill from there.
Mhm.
Mike, who had a hammer in their head?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
You-
Wait, what?
who'd you mention about catfishing? Like you got this guy who's got a what'd you say?
Oh, I
He
said
has
that
a hammer to his
freaking.
face.
No, he had a camera in his face, and
Oh,
they're
Oh,
like,
I heard
"Yo."
hammer in his
He
face.
said, "Yo, what's going on?" And then Roger's over there like, "Yo, I fell in love with Becky Sue." Turns out Becky Sue's some 13-year-old child, bro, ruining his life.
No,
Like,
it's never that.
that
It's always
shit's
like a
fucked up,
38-year-old
dude.
guy or like his friend who like, I didn't want you to like leave college or some shit, and it's like, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
everybody
took
knows.
the job I
no,
wanted.
It ain't no. I don't want you to leave the college. It's hysterical, bro. Oh my god.
Young Breezy heard hammer too. I was
No,
like,
I didn't say hammer. You.
I heard camera. I got you.
I heard hammer.
Joey, that new Jackass though, I watch that all the time because that's on Paramount Plus too. and I can just turn that on at any time and just laugh.
Man, they're
I
so
thought it was
old,
really
though.
funny.
They're so old, but it's good. It's so good.
Wait,
I
is
like the new
Jackass
crew.
movie on Paramount
Yeah.
Plus?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet, Nick?
Mm.
Oh, we gotta
No,
watch that. We gotta watch that.
Jackass always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't really like that those guys are sort of like they're kind of mean to each other, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's
They're really
very
mean.
much it's very much in line with like I just don't like prank shows. Like
Mm.
who's the big prank team? The
Punked?
Punk no, not Punk.
Punked was great.
Punked was so good.
Who's the relevant big pranks team right now? Oh, you mean Ashton Kutcher's Punked? No. The
Shit was lit.
I'm talking about the three guys that are like everywhere. They have like a
Impractical
Netflix special.
Jokers.
Impractical Jokers.
Oh, I love those guys.
That stuff always just kind of comes off as like kind of mean to me, and I
Yeah,
always
it's
feel
scary.
bad. Like even when I watched Punked, I was like, yeah, I get that Frankie Muniz has like hundreds of millions of dollars right now, but like, do you have to embarrass this poor kid on like cable television? I don't know.
But
I
they
just, I never,
sign
I, you
off
know
on
me.
it.
They don't do
too,
that.
like,
They
at
don't
the
do
end-
that on Impractical Jokers, though.
Don't they just fuck with people? I don't like when people fuck with people. It's not.
No,
it's
it's
not,
the
that's not my
four
kind
of
of
them
humor.
with each other. They don't do.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
I feel like
Okay.
they did
I don't-
also in the Jackass Forever. They did a lot more of that. Of, like they've always fucked with each other, but I feel like every other skit is them fucking with each other.
Mm.
I feel like they had to have like a blanket conversation of like anything goes during filming and you won't know what, but it's gonna happen.
Well, that
but
makes-
I
that
feel
ma-
you,
that makes
Nick,
me
because
feel better.
I don't like prank stuff, and like I don't like the fact that there are people that don't know that they're involved that are involved, which is kind of the same way I feel about crowd work and stand up, where it's like I just came here to watch. I didn't come here to be part of this thing.
Right.
Which I think is like really my issue. But what I like about Jackass is like they all, even though they're fucking with each other, they all seem to be like having fun with it
Yeah.
Mhm.
for the most part.
Yeah.
There
I think
was-
the new
there
crew
was-
people they have is fun.
There was a couple of skits they did, like one that they like essentially locked everyone in a room without any lights and then pretended to release
Oh.
a venomous snake.
Yeah.
And like a couple of the people are not playing. They're just like, fuck you guys. Like, I hate this. I'm not moving. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. I don't like that. So
Yeah.
That's when it gets
So
super
good.
uncomfortable with me. But
But it's also
You
some
guys
of the
are
funniest
lame,
shit.
man.
I've
You
ever-
guys are fucking
Yeah,
lame.
we're turning off the lights on
Andy,
Nick.
It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen, and I was laughing hysterical at that moment.
I would like to I like when they brought Dark Shark into the mix. You know what I mean? Jasper's father, and they had the big vulture come out and eat meat off a wee man, and then they let him hold it. I thought that was incredible.
Oh, I haven't
Oh
gotten
my
there.
gosh.
I've only seen like maybe 2/3 of it.
maybe I'll watch that.
maybe
Maybe I'll
not.
see if. Let's take the over under. Okay.
Okay.
So yesterday I've had a long week, and all of my nights been filled up with my various nighttime activities.
Mm.
So today I was like, I'm gonna take tonight off, and I'm gonna have a date night with the missus.
Oh no,
Oh.
I'm telling
What
you
do
right
you
now,
think-
it's not. No,
What do you think the over under is that I can talk D into watching the Jackass movie on Paramount
none.
Plus?
Don't do it. She won't enjoy
0%.
it.
I'm
She won't
gonna.
enjoy it.
I think it's like negative percentages
You
at
think
this point.
You think she's gonna make me leave the house?
Yeah,
has me feeling
Knowing especially how that movie opens, D's 1,000% out.
Yeah,
Got it.
100 and it's one of those things that it will ruin the experience, and you will never watch the movie.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm positive
I'll
of
watch it
that.
by myself. Okay, I'll watch it by myself.
Well, as we continue, remember, don't forget Twitch chat. If you are having some fun with us during the morning show and you would like this to go on longer, you can help support the team in here on Twitch by subscribing, by bit donating, by dropping follows will all help fill up that bar so we can go for the extra hour today. As we get in towards that second hour, Kevin, let's bring up a couple of fun clips that I've brought onto the stage today just to make us all laugh and come together. Loodle? Yeah, let's play Loodle. Let's
do
play
Loodle
Loodle.
first,
Let's
yeah.
play Loodle.
This is my favorite thing.
All right, Joey, you get to start us off on Loodle. What is the bad word that you're guessing for number one?
Ugh, I'm so bad at Loodle. So it's back to 5 letters. I feel like
6 was
penis is
hard.
always.
6
a good-
was too hard.
It's too hard, Gary.
I feel like
Get fucking
penis
over
is the
yourself,
easy
bro.
one. You've got all different letters, which I feel like is hard to do with Loodle. I feel like there's a lot of repeating ones in
Let's
these
start with
words.
penis.
Penis is good. Ooh.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
Fuck.
massive
So maybe
strikeout.
not
That's
exciting. See, this is
Okay,
why I'm
well,
much
we
better at
got O's.
regular
That means we
Wordle.
got some O's in this. We got some O's.
Mm-hmm. Boobs.
We got some B. No S. No S.
Booby. Can we try a booby?
Booby with
How do
a,
you
with a
spell
Why?
I or a
I don't
Y?
know.
with
With a
a Y?
Y?
That's not how you spell booby.
No,
That's how you
okay.
spell
That
booby.
doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right.
I mean, just type in boobs. Like, who cares if there's not an S? We just got to
Well, I
find
mean,
if
you're
there's O's and a
wasting
B.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
maximize your letters,
Yeah,
though. Otherwise,
like,
you're only
you're
picking
testing
two.
3 letters.
But it's
Yeah,
not like this is every word in
two
the
letters.
English language. This is.
But the Y,
Yeah.
I feel like, is actually helpful.
Yeah, but he's also stretched out
Oh,
on.
look at that.
Oh,
Look at
2
that.
O's.
Actually,
2
the
O's in the
O's
middle.
do go there too because they're green.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow,
Look at
Andy.
that.
Andy.
Spooge.
Wow.
Spooge.
No, can't do
No,
the spooge.
no.
Lubes, noobs, no.
Coombs.
I don't think-
Coombs.
Yeah,
What
like
is
a
that?
coomer.
What's
It's
the
another word
definition
for-
of a
it's
coomer?
another
Can
word
I
for
get
like
a
a-
definition on that?
It's another word for like a. Just like a horny person, a coomer.
Oh, is that what it
COOM.
means? Really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know.
double O. Yeah.
I didn't know
think we have
that.
enough
Yeah, but we
spaces.
can't do enough
Well,
space.
what-
We don't
yeah,
have
what
enough
do we do
Coomer.
next?
I never heard of that
Coombs.
word.
Coombs.
Interesting.
No, there's
There's
no
also
S
no
in it.
S.
3 words.
No.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
a
that's
solid,
not even a
a
word. That's
fucking
not even a word.
That
It's
didn't
a
even let
Twitch
us
word.
enter it in.
It's a Twitch word.
Yeah, get out of here with
Boomer.
the Twitch words.
Boomer.
Heard of that.
No, booms.
Never heard of that.
No.
Wombs?
Booms.
No.
Boom.
Well, it can't be S. We gotta stop saying everything. Goon? No.
Goons.
Goonie?
Cooch?
Oh,
Cooch.
Joey
Good
nailed
job,
it.
Joe.
That's it.
Good
COO.
job, Joe.
That's definitely
how you
it.
spell
H.
Yeah.
Cooch.
Yeah. That's definitely it.
No.
Oh,
Could be.
No.
Could be
Oh.
gooch.
Oh.
Gooch.
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 It's Gooch.
And the gooch.
the Gooner. Oh,
Nailed
yeah.
it.
Punch
It's
him right in
gooch,
the
it's
gooch.
Man, have we ever gone over 4 on this? We've
Ah,
never
we're
gone
so
over
good.
4.
Can we get a definition on that? What is that? What is it called, Kevin?
alternate name for a perineal, the area between the genitalia and the asshole? Okay, we didn't need to say asshole here, Gary. See
Gary.
also taint,
Anus.
grundle,
Should've.
quote, sorry, I'm late, everyone. I accidentally nicked my gooch while I was shaving my balls in the shower.
Ow.
Anyway, here's my resume and reference. I think you'll find I'm extremely well suited for this position.
Well, we're done. Well done.
Gary, let me write these from now on.
That's
Let
a
me write
great.
a couple of these, Gary.
Want to write some good? You want to guest star on writing some of these?
I mean,
You could.
other than the word asshole,
I know
which
him.
they should have
I
said
know him.
anus. Like, be professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a scientific term, the googer.
I think that was a great example, great definition.
I liked it. Now I know what a gooch is. I'm happy with that. I like
There it
that. I
is.
like
Wild
that. I
to
like
know
Now
that.
what
we
gooch was
enter
before.
the part of the show called Full Send. Let's go, Nick.
We are full sending into fun clips for all of you. And of course, if you remember the last time we watched fun clips, we had an update. We met 2 boys on a swan, and they were looking for some dates because 2 dudes on a swan just doesn't quite mix for those 2 dudes. So we got an update from them. Kevin, roll it.
Back to the swans.
It looks beautiful out here, yo.
When I said we needed girls, I meant for us.
I mean, they look happy though, so it's like, it's whatever.
Bro, they're on a date while we're pedaling. This is basically a job.
That's fair. I mean, if you want to make them jealous,
No!
make
Back to the swans.
it looks
You want to make him jealous? We can kiss. These 2 are fucking great.
Those 2 are killing it.
Those guys are gonna blow up if they haven't already.
What's happening here?
So this is the clip of the week right here, folks. What is happening, Kevin? We're gonna find out in this clip right now.
Yep. Exactly what I thought.
Man, that just
Am I
looks
interrupting
relaxing.
something, Mittens?
This is strange.
It was me.
That
That's
is
great.
so
This is
weird.
good. It's good.
I love it. Kevin, do you think you could get Thomas to do that? Like, how do you get a cat
Nah,
to just do
he
that?
only
Am I
needs
interrupting
when he
something,
wants
Mittens?
to.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. You
I
can't
love
teach him
that.
the need. He
Up-
does it, but it's random as all heck.
How cool. Up next, you and your homies are just outside filming, having some fun. Sometimes it goes wrong.
Oh my god.
Right in the
Oh
gooch.
God.
I think I better fuck that door up. Oh, this again. Right in his
Oh my
grundle.
God.
He just did a low hanger there.
Up next is a really good one that I sent to Joey and Kevin this week. Too far, Jay. That's what I titled this one.
My name's Gerard. Dude, Groovy Gerard, what is your question, dude? What's your favorite dinner food? Dude, it would have to be this stuff right down here, dude. The green seagrass and the green sea kelp. In fact, Gerard, dude, I eat so much of it that it gets into my body and turns me and my shell this most righteous shade of green. Well, what about you, dude? Like, what do you like to eat? I like a good turtle soup. Ryan, is Gerard still there? Technically, yes. Yeah, okay, hey, Gerard, if you promise not to eat turtle soup, I totally will come back out, dude. I promise I won't eat you. Okay, that's not what I said, dude. I need those exact words. I won't eat any turtle soup. Okay, dude, okay. You had me worried there, dude. Dude, I gotta introduce you to my friends.
This is a cool thing.
This is awesome.
This is
How are they
insane.
doing that? That's so cool.
It's in California Adventure. In the like Imaginarium. I forget what it's called.
This is really cool because there's like somebody voice acting this, right? And it's like motion tracking him. That's so cool.
My name's Gerard.
He must be able to control where the thing is too. Like the controls is pretty rad.
Yeah.
Like Turtle Talk with Crush, I think is what it's called, right?
That's
Really?
cool.
Awesome.
That's dope.
That's a really cool thing.
Yeah, that's super dope. I've seen one at Harry Potter World. They have the crazy head inside the bus. We'll talk to you. And then at Universal, they also have Donkey. We'll talk to people as well. And I always loved that. I always thought that was a cool job to have. But I've never seen up on the screen where they're like moving that turtle on the television screen.
That's
Super
cool.
dope. Yeah, I like
That's
that.
very cool.
Up next, we have. Say what?
Is it this one?
Yes.
Oh, no. The Floby.
Introducing the Floby Precision Haircutting System. You can suck your whole family and watch Uncle Steve suck himself.
What?
Introducing the
Can we
Floby
pause really
Precision
quick?
Haircutting
Nick, how
System.
did you know about
You can
this?
suck your whole
Bro, it's the
family
Floby.
and watch Uncle
Everyone knows the Floby.
It's a Floby.
Well, he sucked his whole family. You don't forget that sort of thing.
Mike, the Floby was a very hot, very failed item back in like the 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s, where it was like a vacuum that would suck. Like you could just do your own haircut. You'd set a length to it, and it would just cut your hair. Like it would suck your hair up and cut it, and then
It was a vacuum attachment, right?
yeah, and it
What?
basically I don't know. We never bought one, but it was one of those things where I was like, that seems like a terrible idea. Like you're not getting a good haircut from this, and it just kind of came and went. But it was a cultural moment growing up. The Floby.
Can we buy this? Because I will cut my hair with this on stream if we buy this. Is this like
I'll look for it right now.
still available? The Floby? This is the most insane thing I've ever heard of. Right
Yeah,
now,
but-
War Machine says my dad has cut his hair with the Floby for like 30 years.
Mike, I
they
can't
still
imagine
sell
your
it.
like if I can't imagine your hair getting like
Long
even though
enough?
I've seen your hair
Long
grow
enough?
out, it just
Mhm.
doesn't seem like it's capable of doing what's on screen right now.
A Floby of getting sucked by the
yeah,
Floby.
but
Yeah.
your
I mean,
hair,
the
like,
Floby can
kinda
suck me
curls,
off.
right?
Yeah, it curls. It will suck
Yeah.
out, right? It will suck the curls
I don't
out.
know.
There's
maybe.
a Floby haircutting system on Amazon right now, Prime. I can get it delivered to your house on Monday for $269.
No,
my God.
no.
How do we feel about that?
If it was $49.99, maybe.
Mike
No
having
way.
restraint is wild right now.
No, that's
tripping
way
me
too
out a
much
little
money.
bit. That's how I know we're on the wrong track.
Absolutely insane.
Man, there's a
bro.
lot of like cut your own hair stuff on Amazon. It's very strange. Andy, how much would you pay for a Floby? What's your bottom level price for that?
Yeah, what's the price?
I'm with Mike. I would say around like $60, maybe
$60.
70.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
probably how much
okay.
it was back in the
Sub
day.
100.
Now, Andy,
Sub
does it
one.
change your opinion because they call it the Floby haircutting system? It's a whole system for cutting your hair.
That does sound cool. That sounds
Mhm.
like a multi-level sort of like a lot of things have to be operating at peak optimal performance in order for it to work.
Mhm.
And I kind of like the vibe of that.
Do you think the system would work for your haircut, Andy?
No, because like it's all different lengths with me,
Yeah.
Nick. I got to do the fade on the side.
This thing
But
is terrifying.
you can set it to different
Yeah, we
lengths.
can
Like,
adjust
you
the
You
lengths,
adjust
bro.
on the fly.
It
I
comes
feel
with
like this is a
different-
Kevin thing.
It literally comes with different like lengths of tubing, and that's how you adjust it. Also, there's only 2 left, so I feel like we need to get it right now because
We need to jump on this. Somebody's got it
Yeah.
in their cart. Somebody's got it in their cart right now.
That's not don't believe
There's
this.
only, Andy, there's only two. It says there's only 2 left. Order soon. If we don't order right now, we could lose this.
Don't believe in those bullshit constraints.
Those always get me. Those
They
always
get me every single time. There's only one left. I'm like, what? There's only one left in the world.
I gotta
Those
buy this
always
now,
get
bro.
me.
I
gotta buy
specifically,
this.
whenever we're doing a company thing, and I'm like talking to Nick about like, should we purchase this giant floaty arm man thing?
Yeah.
There's only one left, and Nick's like, yeah, just get it, just be
You
safe.
gotta get it. What
Gotta
are we
get
gonna
it.
do if we
Gotta
want
get
it
it.
next
Be
week?
safe.
You gotta get it to be safe. Andy.
We're not gonna miss out on this, you know. That's how I got all those Hostess cupcakes, Andy.
Oh,
They said they were
God.
selling out quick.
Jesus Christ.
Still have a dining room table full of Hostess cupcakes.
God,
You should have
useless.
brought him. You should have brought him with you and brought him to the green room for AH Live. People
Oh
would love
man,
that.
I'm sure they would have been very pleased with that. Is right. All right. Up next, we have the worst roommate ever, Kevin. Just so you know, you're on the last TikTok, so I think you might have switched over. If not, we can.
You're
watch
100%
this one.
right. Yeah, I clicked the wrong
Okay.
number. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Say if not, I can switch.
Floby.
Floby. God, I'll never forget this now.
Here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
So, what's it like living with Jigsaw?
Not as cool as I thought it would be.
I want to play a game.
Okay, well, I want to take a shower, so...
The toilet has been clogged with 2-ply paper towels and dirty socks. If you do not fix it in the next 27 seconds, it will overflow, covering your personal electronic devices in filthy toilet water. To reach them, you must walk barefoot across a floor covered in razor blades. The clock is ticking, Gary. Make your choice. The wine in both your glasses has been replaced with the blood of a 3-toed sloth.
This makes me laugh, bro. I love
funny. This guy bought that Jigsaw puppet and was like, I wanted to make some funny shit with this.
What do you want? Like, what?
You are completely surrounded by armed mousetraps. The keys to your car have been force-fed to Bingo. You must retrieve them in the next 5 minutes using any weapon of your choosing from this open drawer, or you will not make it to the office on time. The choice is yours, Gary. Will you take the life of your best friend, or be late to work for the 4th time this week?
That's so funny. That's pretty funny. That got me at the end there.
Do you think we'll ever get a Saw movie again? Or are we done now?
I
Are
hope
we
not.
done?
I don't.
Are we done with Saw?
No,
No
we'll get more
way.
saws. We'll get more
Oh
saws.
my god, that shit just kills me every
They're
time.
too
when I think
cheap
of
to
Saw.
make, and it's too good a brand to let go. They're gonna make more saws for sure.
Oh my god.
Will they ever be good again?
No.
That
When
is the
when,
real
when did they
question.
stop being good, Kevin? Was it after number 1, or did you like a couple of the other ones?
I think 3 had a really cool moment that
Okay.
I stopped watching after that, and I've heard that they weren't great after that.
Okay. It's like 1 is unforgettable for sure. 1's unforgettable.
One's a classic.
In the chat, all that juice is talking about Spiral. Everyone says it's horrible.
That was the one
Like,
with Chris
terrible.
Rock, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that came and went so fast that has to be terrible, huh? Yeah. Oh man. Well, let's give a big shout out to whoever this person is right here, because this is what I'm talking about. Film with your Nintendo DS, y'all. Don't miss
that's
a
the smart
moment,
one.
baby.
I like that it's only gonna roughly 1 frame.
Is it filmed in 3D?
Okay, question, Kevin. That would be
might
super
be a-
dope if
yeah.
Tyler the Creator found it.
I doubt that it films in anything more than like 720p, 10 frames per second.
Like, you'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised that it'd be even up to 720p. Nick. There's no shot. It's like past 360.
It's 240 frames from 240p. Mike, I sent you the Floby just in case you need it for later.
Thank you.
I think if we hit today's goals, maybe we make it a monthly goal. If we hit all the goals for like a week straight, we buy the Floby and we cut someone's hair with it.
If we hit the goal, I'll grow my hair out and we can Floby it right before we all
dang
like
it, Andy. If we still did KFAF, that'd be a perfect KFAF bit.
I mean,
we cut Tim's hair with the Floby.
Man, that would be lit.
Why are you forcing Tim to do it?
But also, what if the Floby just
lit,
works
bro.
better than we think, guys?
Then we get bada bing, bada boom. I don't spend $60 anymore on a haircut.
We just go Floby from now on. We all suck each other
No,
off.
that
with
it
Floby.
wouldn't work for your hair, Nick.
It would work. It would totally work with my hair. My hair's
no,
long.
but but to get the style you want.
Oh no, you can't get that. You
Andy.
can't get like a mullet with the.
Let's not discredit the Floby.
No,
yet. We don't
I
know.
think you can. I think
we
you just
don't
gotta
know.
use the right attachments for the right purposes.
Kevin, it
put
sounds like
our-
you're the most confident in it. I need you to do it then.
Let's put our money where our mouth
Andy,
is.
Andy, I'll be 100% honest. I'll shave the shit out of your hair. I'll do it. I'll cut your hair.
I meant you, like you.
It's too. My hair's too short right now, but your hair is good length. Let me get in there.
No, your hair's longer than me. You got that big old poof up top.
I just puffs up. You and it's crazy.
You look great, Kevin. Your hair looks great. Just so you know, your hair looks
buffet.
Thank you. Ready?
All right, so this one is inspired from KFW. If you watched KFW, you know that shirtless Spider-Man's match was filled with a lot of misses, and you should watch it. And this reminded me of that moment. So, Kevin, please run this one. It also lists.
So I went to a off-brand wrestling event, and this what happened.
Children, stay seated. You might hit the ceiling.
So I went to a off-brand wrestling event, and this what happened.
Children, stay seated. You might hit the ceiling.
This is not. This rubs.
And I mean, he missed by like.
So I went to a off-brand wrestling event, and this what happened.
Also, he would not have landed that frog splash. Like that would have hurt that man.
You got to give it credit that the ropes are holding it all up, man. That guy was able to bounce off those ropes. I'm impressed.
So I went to a off-brand wrestling event, and this what happened.
Right.
Like, look at this. He's on that rope. Like, it's not like he's jumping off the pole.
Yeah. I mean, jumping's not the right word.
No.
Yeah,
more like a
okay.
controlled fall.
This is fucking
falling.
great.
This one's great. Okay, let's talk about getting your workup routine up. Okay, you know what I mean. Like if you're working out, Nick Scarpino, what are you doing if you're not doing this, Kevin?
Get your shit hyped.
Can we show him off the photos, Kevin? Because this man is going to the gym in a fedora.
Oh, I hate this.
And
guy.
instead of water bottles,
Wait, no,
straight out of
fedora
a store.
with a hat underneath it.
Fedora with the hat.
I
Thank you,
hate this
Kevin.
guy.
And then instead of water, he just goes out there and chugs
The bottle of
sriracha hot
sriracha down
sauce.
here.
Yep.
Bottle of
This
sriracha
man
down
just
here.
getting sets, bro. Getting sets in.
See, there's always one of these guys. And
Yeah,
it's
but like,
always
look how
so
much he's
fucking
putting
weird.
up. It's clearly working. Like, look at this man.
No,
Look
there's
at that
no
weight.
way. He puts all the weight up there. Like
doesn't
somebody
do it.
takes the photo and he walks away. He doesn't even put the weight back.
And this guy, I hate
There's
this guy.
no way, because those are like what, 35, 45-pound plates?
Those are 45
There was
each.
there used
Those
to be a
are
guy at
45.
my old gym when I used to go to 24-hour fitness that would wear. He was like fucking jacked out, like 5'2" dude, and he would wear the Bane oxygen mask. You remember those guys?
Yeah, the air restriction masks.
The air restriction
Oh,
mask.
wow.
Like he was training high altitude on purpose, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He was always
Maybe
like,
he was.
he just walk around with it, and it was just fucking weird and freaky to see. And I'm like, bro, settle down, man. You're not training for anything. Relax.
Nick, I spent a month in Arizona hanging out in Sandias Mountains, which is like 8,000 elevation, might be a little higher. And when I came back, like a lot of hiking, some camping. And when I came back, Nick, I was a machine.
You got that lung capacity, bro.
That's good. Increased. All right, ready?
Up next, Mario. You wild man. Show us off, Mario.
Hilarious. That's
just a good
incredible.
one. That's just a good
little
one.
butt pat.
A little butt
So
slap.
good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good. This is a good video. This is what TikTok's for.
So this next one, Joey Noel sent me. Let's talk about nicknames, y'all.
Don't move this as a stick up. Now that I've got you, I want to talk about nicknames. They're
They're very odd for guys. One of my friends, we were getting dinner, and he said, order for Sean, and the waiter goes, Tron? And we've called him Tron for 9 years. Guys, I've known for years, they'll be at my weddings, and I know them as like Dirt, Pudge, Boof, and had no idea what their first names are. And then one friend had a habit of eating ice cream in bed, and would spill ice cream on the bed, and so his friends called him Porky Pig, and that got shortened to Pork, and that friend is me. A lot of my friends call me Pork. Don't move, this is a stick-up. Now that I've got you, I want to talk about nicknames.
I love it because...
That's why we call it Andy the Candyman.
It truly just made me think of all the stories we hear from Greg, where it's like, who the fuck are all these guys you're talking about? And they don't have real names.
Oh my god.
I love that.
That's the guy that does the McConaughey impression.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, does he?
I bet it's really good.
Yeah, he does it really good. He's the one who does the transition from Michael Caine to McConaughey.
Oh, okay, good. I like that guy. What is happening with his dog?
We're appreciating nicknames. Please listen to this dog's nickname right here, because it is the best dog name I've ever heard in my entire life. Run it.
This is Tess. This is my husband's favorite dog. She's a poodle pointer. And this is my favorite dog, Stuntman Mike. He's a teacup Yorkie. Tess is a hunting dog. She's a versatile hunting dog, meaning she both points and retrieves. She's incredibly well trained and she's extremely intelligent. And Stuntman Mike is Stuntman Mike. So I like to tease my husband and tell him that Stuntman Mike could be a hunting dog if he wanted to. My husband says this is an affront to hunting dogs everywhere. So to troll him, I have paintings done of Stuntman Mike retrieving ducks, and it drives my husband absolutely bonkers. So this year he was like, no more paintings, and I was like, okay. So I got my husband for Christmas, I got him this really beautiful photo shoot of his dog, because he absolutely loves his dog. So I had a professional photographer come out and take these amazing photos. And I brought Stuntman Mike and I dressed him in camo.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
This Stuntman Mike is my husband's.
Awesome. Stuntman Mike.
That's a great name.
I might name my next animal Stuntman Mike, because that shit is awesome, bro. That's a great name.
Look at him too, in his little tie. Oh my god.
What kind of dogs are those again?
Stuntman Mike.
Little teddy bear.
Yorkie, right?
Yorkie's Yorkie. Yeah, that's a cute little fucker.
Oh man,
And also,
what a
like,
great name.
Hold on,
Dude,
man,
the
let's
fucking
get to
painting. The
paintings are very good.
It's so funny. That's
But-
so funny.
He posed perfectly for this photo.
Because he's perfect. Because they
He's
Stuntman
perfect.
Mike. That's a
Stuntman
perfect
Mike.
dog right there.
Now we got to get into nature with Kevin. Remember, when you think about nature, the great outdoors, you think of all the wildlife, the ecosystems, the biomes that you can explore here on planet Earth and beyond. There's only one man that can teach you all that and everything in between. Kevin Coelho. So, Kevin, let's get lost in nature together with what the fuck is up with hippos.
They're fucking terrifying. If you already seen it, it's too late. You're dead.
Yeah, funny story. Hippos can't swim, and like the more you think about it, the more ridiculous it gets. Elephants can swim. Camels can swim. Would you believe I've seen owls do it? Somehow the animal that's cousins with whales sinks like lead. Literally, a hippo's closest relative is something that swims full time, but them, can't do it. And the reason is because you've been lied to. You ever go through a bulking phase where you wear baggy clothes to hide your true potential to the world? Yeah. Hippos are walking steroids. Fat floats, but hippos don't identify as fat, they identify as walking boulders. Because hippo bodies are so dense, they instantly sink. So while elephants can go swimming in the ocean, a hippo would get airdropped to SpongeBob. So to move around, hippos will just walk, skip, and even run underwater. Like, they're so bad at swimming that they're actually good at it. Baby hippos can even nurse underwater like the whales and dolphins they're related to by closing their nostrils. And the animal that can't swim but leaves half its personality in the water can actually fall asleep underwater. Hippos can use a reflex that lets them surface, take a breath, and sink again, all without waking up once. Because hippos don't even try to make sense. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, hippos, one of the few mammals that can't actually swim, give birth in the water. If there's one thing about hippos, there's one thing they can't do, and they insist on making it their entire way of life. No wonder they're so pissed off. Yeah, funny story.
Dude, this guy's one of my favorite
swim.
TikTok.
Yeah,
he's
he's good.
solid.
He's good.
Kevin, let's talk about hippos for a second. What the
Bro.
fuck are up with hippos, bro?
Man, they will mess you up. It's like they're faster than most animals, and they've got giant teeth, and they will just kill for fun.
Wow.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, they're responsible for a lot of deaths, Mike. Along with like I think second to mosquitoes for like the most human deaths, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
I could have just made that up, but I know for sure
Okay.
mosquitoes are obviously
That
the deadliest
seems-
animal. But the hippos are like, it's one of those like you always just assume sharks or bears or lions or some shit like that. It's always hippos. But I saw a video, Kevin, from a TikTok dude. Actually, I don't know the TikTok person, but I saw the YouTube channel in the comments called the Python Hunter. And this guy on YouTube was, I guess, just like hunts these pythons that are overpopulated in Florida.
Okay.
And he found a 17-foot python.
Oh God!
With the head. The head of the python was like, if you outstretch your hand, like if you spread your fingers apart, like the head of the python was around that big.
That's terrifying.
And it ends up striking at him, and he's talking you through it. I'm used to like when the one strike comes, that's when their head is that's when they're most vulnerable. That's where you grab them or whatever, because you need them to pop out. That's what I'm trying to do. And he goes, but as it was retracting, it gave a secondary strike that I was not expecting, and it nicked me near my bicep, and it hit a major artery. And this is all on camera. Yeah. He's recording from one camera that's off to the side. Mm-hmm. He's also recording from a different camera on his GoPro on his head, and it hits him in the arm. He ends up being able to grab the head, and it does its all constricting sort of shit. In the meantime, he's holding down the head, and he grabs out his cell phone to like just video what's happening with another camera angle. Meanwhile, his arm is bleeding out because it's a major artery. So what he does is, while he's holding the fucking python with one hand, he grabs a shirt, wraps it around his bicep, and ties it with like his mouth to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you gotta cut the bleeding right away.
And then he has to like, Python Cowboy, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Python Cowboy.
And he ends up like dragging it. He's like, and now I got to take it to the boat. And so I'm having to pull the 17-foot long python,
really
while my arm is like, completely bleeding out, and they end up killing the snake because it's just like way too invasive, and it's fucking crazy, dude.
There's a huge issue with pythons in Florida. People adopt them, or like will get a little snake.
They lose them. They let them go.
Yeah, and not realize how big they're going to be, and then they lose him. Oh boy, he is bleeding a lot. I'm not even
Andy,
sure
I thought for a second you were going to say it nicked an artery, so he wrapped the python around his arm.
That'd be amazing.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
That would be amazing.
God. And then he's like, I couldn't kill it. I had to keep it as a pet because it saved my life. I owed it what they call a life debt.
Now we're partners in crime. No, it's a really crazy video. It's one of those that like, I saw the TikTok, and the TikTok is basically just a guy saying like, here's my friend who got bitten by a python. Mm-hmm. So it was like his friend's TikTok account, and in the comments it was like, just go to Python Cowboy video, blah blah blah, and go to the 5:30-minute mark. And I was like, oh sweet, it's right there for me.
God, that's really graphic, Kevin.
Dude, it is.
That's why I didn't pull it up. That's why I didn't pull it up. His whole Instagram was like, oh, there's a lot of dead animals here.
It's funny because I spend a lot of time, you guys are talking, just googling baby hippos. They're cute.
Okay.
Cute as fuck. Really cute.
Yeah,
they're
really
so cute. Yeah, but beware.
Beware. Now you know. Okay, well, let's keep it up with Nature with Kevin Part 2. Beware of big animals. Maybe they're sometimes cuddly, Kevin.
Maybe sometimes they're not.
Of silence
oh my God.
in the bedroom. All around. Touch me now.
Oh, where is this happening?
I close my eyes.
Incredible.
If I Mike, you have no idea. If I could like snap my fingers and say, I want this giant lion or bear or tiger or all three, lions and tigers and bears, to be non-violent and just like, I'd like to communicate with them in my mind and be like, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to cuddle. And they'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, I got you, bro. No problem. I understand you're not a threat to me. And I just want to cuddle them and pet them and just hold them and like, it looks so lovely, dude.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much that the lion thinks you're a threat to it. Because I'm pretty sure this lion's not scared of anything. I think it just, if it's hungry, it just might eat your face off for no reason.
No, but like, they get very territorial,
Oh, sure.
And like, and like they might think that you are trying to like encroach on its domain or whatever. And if I could just communicate and be like, hey, I'm not here for that, man.
I'm cool.
And then be like, oh shit, my bad. I didn't know that.
You always hear those stories of people raising like fucking pumas or something like a
Wow, you didn't
smaller,
say
slight.
Puma. You fucking
Puma.
fraud. You
I didn't want that
fraud.
heat from
Fucking
Kevin
phony.
today.
You
didn't want that. You
fraud,
don't want
dude.
that heat.
Okay,
you don't want
You're
fine.
gonna get it
that.
You always-
regardless, Nick.
You always hear people raising the stories of people raising Jaguars, and
Yeah.
and they're just cool. They're cool for a
You're
hot
such a
second until they're like,
fraud.
you know what? Today's the day. I'm gonna
Today's
fuck
the
you
day.
up. Today's the day. I'm just gonna eat your fucking face off while you
Yeah.
sleep.
I've watched you for months, and now I eat you.
I just decided right now you're fucking dead.
All right. Well, that was nature with Kevin. Kevin, is that safe to be in a lion's grasp like that?
No, that woman where the lion like
Very
went all over
dangerous.
her was probably hurt. That was probably a 200 to 300 pound creature, maybe even more. I don't know.
Could that lady sue? Like, yo, that giant lion just climbed up on top
I mean,
of me?
there's no. That's that.
Oh, you're in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Okay.
signed,
Okay.
She signed her life away.
I'll tell you what. You try to sue that zoo, whatever that broke ass zoo was. You're gonna come home. That lion's gonna be waiting for you, and it's just gonna maul your ass.
You signed your life away, Kevin says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is nature with Kevin. Remember, no matter where you explore, no matter where you go, you can always ask Kevin one question about nature, and he'll have the answer for you. But let's finish it off.
Nature with Kev.
Now, Joey's not here, which is too bad because I wanted to bring in Joey on this one. Jabroni boys, here's the deal. You know, one day we're going to be in this studio, and we've seen a lot of great TikToks. Andy, you know, all of the teams, right? As usually the sports teams come in for spring training, you know, the TikTok producer has like a fun question that they'll answer, right? Like, what's your favorite, ice cream? And they'll answer it, right?
Yeah.
So I plan on doing that when we return, right? Setting up a camera, everybody gives their answer. We make some fun content. I need you three jabronis to learn how to do this. Sure, we don't know when we'll be back. So you'll probably forget. But if you all could focus in on this, Kevin, Nick, and Andy, we will do this together because this is the one I'd like to do. I've decided.
Okay.
Evan, run it. I like this one.
There is no right way, so I fall in love just a little bit every day with someone new. I fall in love just a little bit every day with someone new.
Looks like it's taking way too long.
Right way.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we can do this?
No, I've seen these guys try to get coordinated, and it depending on who you have grouped together, it's gonna be too much work.
I thought the Jabroni boys would do this. The four of us,
I mean, I'd be down to
we're
try
ride or
it.
die together. We've done this. I feel like the four of us can do this.
The thing that I'm sensing though, Nick, is that like Mike is kind of doubting our ability to. So I kind of want to prove him wrong, but I
Thank you.
also don't even think like I wouldn't even guarantee Mike's going to be there for the first 7 months in the studio.
Here's how this is gonna go. He's gonna go, guys. We're gonna do this for KFAF. We're gonna bring back KFAF. Tim can't. The great canceller that is Tim cannot cancel this for long. And then Andy and I are gonna go, okay, and we're gonna start learning this dance. Then the day of the shoot, Mike's gonna be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna come back.
Nah.
I'm good. I'm done.
I want you all just to keep that in mind, okay? Because we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a number of these TikTok trends all together.
Everyone,
okay?
write it
So,
down. We're gonna do that. Mike said it.
Write that down.
April
Write that. We're
7th.
gonna
Write it
do
down.
this. Oh, April 7th? Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, oh shit.
No, I'm saying it is April 7th. So I'm like,
Write
take a
it
note.
down.
Take a note.
That is my dream. As we take a look, as we say goodbye to fun clips in the morning show, take a look at this cute animal that Kevin brought up. Now, you think that thing's murdering you?
Yeah, he could.
Well, no, that's a baby. That's a baby.
No, that thing
Baby
ain't
things aren't
murdering
killing
me.
you. But like the adult version, you could be friends with. Like I've actually heard of this happening. Dude was friends with this hippo for a long time. One day the hippo just dragged him down, murdered him.
Yeah.
Bang.
Also, the hippos will eat their own young, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I can't back that up.
I'm pretty sure they eat it if they get, or they'll eat other people's young if they're like.
Oh
the
yeah,
alpha.
yeah. Other
They'll come
people's
in, they'll
young.
just eat the other people's young, just to assert dominance.
What about Mighty Joe Young?
Hey, great movie.
That movie.
I always get that one confused with Brendan
No, that one was
Fraser's
bad,
Tarzan.
right? That was much better.
What about Blast in the Past? Brendan Fraser's Blast in the Past.
I love that movie so much.
So stupid.
It's so good. No, it's great.
I am not shocked that Kevin loves that movie.
Of course
It's a
not,
good
of course
movie.
not. I want to go back and watch Blast. Mike, do you have any idea what Blast from the Past is?
No, but you told me about Encino Man, so I just imagine it's Encino Man Part 2.
It's
right?
Very similar.
It's very
films.
similar, yeah.
Very similar films.
Okay, that's what I
Weirdly
imagine.
enough. I
Should we
told
watch
Mike
the trailer of it? We're all here together.
for Blast of the Past. Sure, I'll find it for you.
Oh god damn it! We don't need to watch.
Wait,
the
Andy, do you
trailer.
not like Blast from the Past?
You don't like Blast from the Past, bro?
It's just it's a whatever movie. Like I don't.
Andy, what you gotta get
I'm not gonna go to bat for Blast from the Past.
Mike, he's clearly never seen it. It's
These two are
embarrassing
going to
for
bat
him.
for it. They're calling me
I
out
just
of
don't
bro.
understand why you hate everything fun and beautiful.
I got it.
Exactly. I want to do a cool dance together, and they don't want to do the dance together.
Ready?
Here you
Run
go,
this
Mike.
thing
Let's
out.
watch the trailer from Blast from the Past. This is gonna blow your mind, Mike.
In
gonna blow you.
1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis was heating up, and the threat of nuclear war drove the Weber family underground.
How long will we have to stay down here?
35 years.
35 years.
35 years.
For 3 decades, they lived a fairly normal life. But their son has become a man.
What did you wish for, son?
Now the time has come.
I wish that I could meet a girl.
For Adam to step out and discover the world.
What is
Big Green Day, dude.
I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
in my life seen anything like it before. Oh, my lucky stars. A Negro.
Say what?
Oh my god.
Let me guess. This is your first
Oh my god.
Yeah, that one didn't age that well.
That's in a trailer.
I've never driven before.
And the director of the First Wives Club.
Hi. One champagne cocktail. I thought only hookers drank this.
Well, I know Mom sure likes them.
Comes a story about a guy in his 30s.
Dave Foley in
doing?
this.
Been watching television in color.
Stuck in the 60s.
I love sushi.
I love Lucy.
Looking for love in the 90s.
This is awful, y'all.
Awful.
He's a nice man.
Shall we dance?
How many times have they done movies like this?
Oh, they did a lot of movies like this in the 90s.
Yeah.
Swing dancing had to be in all of them too.
Oh, you gotta have
Look,
dance.
Alicia Silverstone just fell in love with this guy. This is in the 90s where
It's a
Brendan
really
Fraser,
fun movie.
Alicia Silverstone, Christopher Walken, and Sissy Spacek. Blast from the
They just
past.
switch over to that song. Damn, this trailer had some slapping ass music.
When did the track just switch? I didn't even
Just switched
recognize it.
Oh, you didn't see
fast
that when they
there.
fell in love, bro? They
That
fell
was
in love.
incredible.
Holy shit, that was awful.
Oh my
Wow.
god, bro. Okay, well, that was not that good. That was not good.
That was pretty bad. I'm sorry. Now, can we please watch the trailer for Encino Man real quick before we go on to the next thing? No, we need to see. I need Mike to see the Encino Man trailer. Let me see if I
Oh
can find
my
Mike. Do you want me to find it for you?
bro.
I got you, Kev.
Oh my god.
All right, sorry, I was giving Cecil more food.
You're good. Let me see if this is. This is the first
Oh
trailer
my
I found. So let's see.
gosh.
Let's see if this is the. I don't even remember the Encino Man trailer.
Wait,
So
hold
let's
on.
see if this
I
is the
got it.
one.
I got it, Nick.
Perfect.
Never break your.
Somebody wrote these Twitch bounties are getting out of hand.
That's hella funny. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Recently, 2 high school students unearthed a prehistoric man in their own backyard. Their story is completely true.
Is it true story?
Encino Man.
Flamage. Oh, he is so greasy.
Oh god.
Oh, you forgot about this.
Yes, I was hoping it was over.
Oh, stop. This movie's great, too. Polly Shore at his finest.
Nick just loves Polly Shore.
Is he fine or what? This guy's our ticket to fame and popularity. All we gotta do is get him enrolled in school, and he'll help us become popular.
He's a looker.
Wait, be careful!
Made a
He's
short
dope.
movie
I'd
into
go
a
out with
fucking
him.
trailer.
This movie is an hour and 50 minutes long. This trailer's 45 minutes long.
I did not remember his name was Link.
They called him Link.
Everybody, we're gonna discuss the beverage.
What
are you doing, Mrs. Tony? We figure we's a little juice. No, weezing the juice. No, weezing the juice.
That's the reason.
Hollywood
right there,
Pictures
right?
presents
I'd watch
Encino
this. I'd watch this.
He's a
one.
million years old.
Milk does the body good, huh?
Great hair.
And
made
living
for
proof
Mike.
that evolution is not an exact science.
Get up, fresh nuts. Wheezing the juice. Buddy, you got
me
him
and Mike right
talking
here.
like
They
you
do
now.
the full call too, bro. It's so dope.
For this song.
Yep, write that one down. We'll watch that one.
Yeah, but they're
y'all.
like
We'll
20-year-olds.
watch that
That's 41-year-old Nick right now.
one. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Andy, they were supposed to be like 16. Pauly Shore was a solid 32 years old when he made that movie. God, I love it.
Dude, watch
Oh
trailer
my
for In the
gosh.
Army now.
I mean, we have, what do we got, Kevin? We got like 10 minutes left on this stream, correct? Because we haven't filled up the bar halfway.
Yeah.
And we got,
Something like
with
that.
2:05. So we got about 10 minutes left. If you want to watch some more trailers, some fun trailers, let's do it.
I mean, I'm down. We can watch all the trailers from Pauly Shore movies. We should watch the trailer for Biodome just for Joey because it's her favorite movie.
Biodome is so good.
Biodome's great.
And
I
you
might
watch
watch
Biodome,
Biodome
bro?
tonight.
Biodome rocks, bro. Biodome.
I might watch Biodome tonight.
Thanks
I
for
love that
subbing,
movie.
bastard.
The Biodome, a pure, self-contained environment where 5 scientists are about to be sealed off from every conceivable form of contamination, except one.
Oh, check out that mom, man.
Our dreams finally
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Useless.
The doors are sealed for 1 year.
We're stuck here.
That's right.
12 months,
Yes.
52 weeks.
Yes.
385 days?
Now, the whole world is watching as Bud and Doyle are
and
separated
Doyle,
from their
yes.
loved ones. Learn about endangered species.
They're the rarest Lepidoptera in the world.
Experience nature. First
Nick, did this movie at any point want you to get white boy dreads?
and become world-renowned.
I never really thought about it. But now that you think about it,
protectors of the
Andy, is that
planet.
something we should
Purple
do?
sticky punch or hemp
No.
is
Okay.
excellent source of photosynthesis.
Just because we're stuck in a bubble doesn't mean we can't
love
cause
this
any
music.
trouble.
Pauly Shore looks like a fucking mom.
So good. How can you not love Biodome? This is just a more innocent
This winter,
time.
Welcome to paradise!
Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin
Trick or treat!
are doing whatever it takes
I feel like a duck-billed platypus.
to put the mental
This is when you put
in environmental.
Well, could you at least make it
like you
taste
gotta put
like
the best
chicken?
jokes to
Otherwise,
bring in
I'm gonna
people.
shrivel up
This
like
is
a
it. These are all
supermodel.
the jokes in the movie.
This is the movie.
There's no more jokes in this movie.
Nobody likes me. People didn't like me in high school.
Like if we hit the credits right now, I'll be like, oh, we watched the movie.
Whatever, and I can't.
Hold it. That's Spider-Man.
Come on, what do you think? You're some rocket scientist?
Yes.
Sorry.
The Biodome logo is lit, bro. I've never seen the Biodome logo. I've never seen any of these trailers, so this is all new.
What's wild is the biodome, like that was a real thing. There was a real
was a
biodome
real
experiment, right?
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
failed.
really?
It failed.
Largely because this movie came out and people were like, we never want to hear the word Biodome.
I don't want to be associated with
They
it.
don't want to be associated with Pauly Shore. And they were like, let's just burn this thing to the ground. They lit their own match. So funny. So ridiculously funny. Yeah, that was Kylie Minogue, everyone. Just FYI, Kylie Minogue was randomly in Biodome, as was William Atherton, who played the exact same character he played in Die Hard and Ghostbusters in Biodome. Generally great. All right.
That was really good. That was a great time, you guys. Thanks for taking me down some movie trailers I've never seen before.
These Twitch bounties are getting out of hand.
It was hysterical right there. I hope you all had a good laugh. That was today's morning show. We had some fun, and we now know that Nick is into Yellowstone, and we'll start watching that as soon as possible, y'all. But Andy, give them some parting words.
Love y'all. Be thinking about you for sure. We'll see you later for what movie did we watch, Nick, for
Jurassic
interview?
Park.
Jurassic Park. Man, let me just say, no, we'll save it. We'll save it.
Save it.
Okay.
Because I got some hot takes about this fucking piece of garbage movie.
Come on.
Wow.
He's baiting you guys. He's baiting you guys.
Oh, I like
Come
it
on.
now.
Come on.
Kevin, parting words for everyone.
Get fucked, losers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what? There you go.
A spicy week. I like that. I like that. Now,
Watch out for hippos. Watch out for hippos.
Nick Scarpino, parting words.
Wheeze the juice.
Ooh, bro. We're done. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Oh my God.